The following is an exclusive presentation of Turner Sports. In 1998, cable television's exclusive host for the 18th Olympic Winter Games from Nagano, Japan, and the 4th Goodwill Games from New York.
Don't push it now. Everybody, we're moving on up. Take your place in this world. You gotta keep moving. Moving on up. Don't you let nobody stop you, no. Everybody, we're moving on. You got your ways. I got my way. I don't mind leaving here to show the world we have no fear, 'cause we're moving on up. Moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up. Moving on up. You're a winner, 'cause we're true from the good black time.
Yes, the Chicago Bulls have indeed made the climb to the top and the hottest ticket in town. In this season at Madison Square Garden, here to see a bitter rivalry continue as the defending world champion Chicago Bulls take on the New York Knicks. And good evening, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton, along with Hubie Brown and Brian Burwell. The Bulls will be without Tony Kukoc, who has the flu, did not dress. He is their second leading scorer. Chicago coming off a 22-point blasting at the hands of the Miami Heat Wednesday night. But don't be fooled by that. This Bull team has improved. They won 11 of their last 13, have the best record in the Eastern Conference. And, of course, you know what the Bulls would be like without Michael Jordan. But the question, what would this team be without Dennis Rodman?
Well, no doubt about it, Dick. They'd be struggling. They're 23-11 because of him. How about this quote by Michael Jordan? Dennis Rodman is our team MVP. Now, we know he's leading the league in rebounding at 16 a game, but how about the fact that he has 8 games of over 20-plus rebounds? Now, 6 of them are coming on the offensive boards. That is necessary because Chicago ranks 20th or lower in field goal, three-point shooting, and at the foul line. Plenty of shots to be rebounded. But then again, they are doing some great things, and would like to put it up for you. 16-1 at home, they're first in the league. Offensive rebounding, terrific because of Rodman. The opposing field goal percentage, third in the league, and then also do a great job on the perimeter three-point shooting.
So, you know, they're doing it with defense, and so are the New York Knicks. In essence, right now, if you want to call the Knicks doing it, because they really have not responded with Patrick Ewing being out of there. A lot of the players spoke up, said, we're going to now take on and step up. They haven't really done that. They won against the Nets on Wednesday, overtime comeback, but basically this team is in a win-lose situation.
Well,
now.
You're right on it, Dick. In the last 10 games, 5-5. Now, the pressure is on Larry Johnson and Buck Williams to score in the pivot. Now, both guys have answered the bell. Larry Johnson has gone from 12 to 20 points a game, and Buck Williams has increased his scoring by 6. But the pressure is on the perimeter people. Houston, Mills, Starks, and even Oakley, because he gets a lot of spot-ups. They are only shooting 42% or lower. They've got to get to the glass. Offensive rebounding. They've got to get to the foul line. These 4 people really control the destiny of this club. But, Dick, like you said, their defense, they're stingy, and they're always right in the top 3 in every defensive stat.
They sure are, and John Starks looks like he's going to play despite the strained hamstring. Back with the game. Bulls and Knicks coming up in a moment.
I'm a numbers guy. Don't give me words. Give me a number. One day, John invites me to help test the new Rogaine. I hated losing my hair. I said yes. They tell me this new Rogaine extra...
Steve Smith's going to have to play some point guard, and Coach Wilkins is going to have a juggling act in front of him.
Another problem, Ed Gray, the rookie who comes off the bench in the backcourt, has a bad foot, and today he missed his doctor's appointment, so the team suspended him for 1 game. Rookies.
Darn rookie.
Reggie and I will be back a couple of halftime shows tonight and inside the NBA at night's end. Right now, get set. Got MJ, got LJ, I'm EJ. Hey, we're here all night. See you after.
At one of your local Hyundai dealer today. By Fila, featuring the new GH4s. Change the game. And by AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts.
And back at Madison Square Garden, the starting lineups for the Chicago Bulls, 23-11, leading the Central Division. Michael Jordan and Ron Harper will be in the backcourt. Scott Burrell makes his second start for Tony Kukoc, who's ill. Dennis Rodman, the other forward, and Luke Longley begins at center. For the Knicks, who come in at 19-14, second in the Atlantic Division, Charlie Ward and Allen Houston, the guards. Larry Johnson, Chris Dudley making his second start at center, and Charles Oakley, the other forward. Right now, let's send it over to Brian Burwell. Brian?
Thank you, Dick. John Starks, the volatile point, sixth man for the Knicks, is going to play. He pulled his hamstring muscle in Wednesday's game, but after a 20-minute workout in front of team Dr. Norman Scott, they pronounced him ready to go. Now, as far as the Bulls are concerned, Tony Kukoc does have the flu, as Dick said. He came to the arena, but when he got here, the doctors decided that he was not ready to go, and he's just the latest on this team to get the flu bug. Watch for Ron Harper. He also has been sick, and he may be a little slowed. Dick, but I'm doing okay, just in case you wanted to know.
That's the main things, Brian. You're okay, and we're happy about that, with a laundry list of some injuries and ailments. So there is Scott Burrell, who a new face on the Chicago Bulls this year. Bulls coming in, Hubie talked about the best home record in the NBA, but on the road it's a different story. They are 6-10 with only one win against the team playing 500 ball or better.
Yeah, tonight, in order for the Knicks to get the job done, they've got to get easy baskets in second shots and then also force transition basketball. The Bulls, you know, they don't shoot well in their initial shot, but watch them on the offensive glass.
Steve Javie, Jim Clark, and Woody Mayfield are the officials working tonight. The Bulls won the first meeting between these teams at the United Center, 100-82 early in December. 1 second on the shot clock, and they don't get it off.
That's where they're going to miss Tony Kukoc tonight. Kukoc is a player, because of his cleverness with the basketball off the dribble. You got to double team him anytime he penetrates, and then he will set up other people along with Michael Jordan. And naturally, we all know the guy by the name of Scottie Pippen, who does all of this and makes the game easier for everyone out on the court.
And the word is it's about a week and a half at the most before Scottie Pippen gets back. He has been working out, a little soreness in his foot, but the rehab has paid off. Here's Allen Houston inside, and he's fouled by Michael Jordan as the Knicks go aggressive in their first possession.
Yeah, that was a very good staggered screen to the right, and they brought Allen Houston in. Now, this is what we have to see from Houston, Mills, and Starks. Taking the ball off the dribble, slashing to the basket. Now, top to the top of your screen. See, he just came off a staggered screen, and that's good. Now, you don't like to see him fade. You want to see him attack the rim, Dick.
Allen Houston with a big three-point basket with 8.5 seconds left in regulation to send the game into overtime Wednesday night against the Nets. Eventually won by the Knicks, who were trailing by 10 going into the fourth quarter. Allen Houston, one of the many 80% or better free throw shooters on the Knicks at 85%, giving New York the lead.
Now, right now, the Knicks are not giving you any zone pressure. They're matching up with you man-to-man, full court, and just staying with you. It looks like a 2-2-1.
Longley guarded by Chris Dudley, who's wearing the protective mask over the broken nose suffered against Orlando, as the shot missed by Longley, and the Knicks bring it up.
Luke Longley has been very instrumental in the wins from an offensive standpoint.
Charlie Ward misses, and the rebound by Dennis Rodman. Rodman has been the difference. Pat Riley said it before Wednesday night's game in Miami, won by the Heat, and there's no question about it, averaging nearly 16 boards a game. Michael Jordan guarded by Allen Houston, 7 on the shot clock. He's been known to put up big numbers in this building. 2 seconds on the shot clock, misses a 3, and the rebound by Larry Johnson. Jordan at only 23% from three-point range this year. Here's Houston around the screen, leaves it for Dudley, well executed by the Knicks, but Dudley misses the easy layup.
Everyone in the building is pulling for him to step up because he's an excellent shot blocker, rebounder. But in that case, Dick, dunk the ball with both hands.
Offense is where Dudley has his shortcomings. Michael Jordan hits the jumper to tie the game at 2. Jordan coming in, averaging over 28 a game, the leading scorer in the league.
Now keep an eye on the Knicks. They're pushing the ball quick after scores.
Great spin move baseline, and Larry Johnson is fouled. So LJ will go to the line as the Knicks starting out, not with the perimeter shooting, but going to the hoop.
What I like, Dick, is about Patrick Ewing steps out of the offense. Now you're talking there are 18 shots to go around. Now, Larry Johnson has picked up. He's getting 6 to 8 extra shots a night. He's scoring. He's taken his average from 12 points to 20 a game. Now, the big thing with him is he's got to become the go-to guy at crunch time in the last 4 minutes to get them over the hump.
Patrick Ewing, Knicks giving up some very big numbers, nearly 21 points and over 10 rebounds with him out of there. And Larry Johnson coming off a 24-point, 10-rebound game, getting the free throws as the Bulls turn it over. The Knicks lead 4-2. Just the start of things here at Madison Square Garden.
So you have got to punish the Knicks by holding them to one shot. I mean, the Knicks have got to punish Chicago because Chicago sends 4 players to the offensive boards. And when any time a team does that, if you hold them to one shot, get out on the break, you're going to have numbers as the game wears on.
This is not the kind of offense, though, that the Knicks want to run against the Bulls, although Allen Houston hits the open jumper. Somebody missed an assignment. And it's 6-2.
Yeah, that was a nice staggered screen for Allen on the baseline.
Scott Burrell working inside, and he is fouled under the basket. Could be Dudley with the personal for the Knicks.
See, Dudley is a shot blocker, a rebounder, and has been on playoff teams. The referees will allow him to have physical contact. But then, anytime from the belt down, he'll get away with that. But his main thing is try not to get in foul trouble early in this first quarter because the Knicks need you to get major minutes.
Scott Burrell, who played at this Garden floor when he was a member of the University of Connecticut basketball team, a fine baseball prospect acquired from Golden State in a deal that sent Tiki Simpkins to the Warriors. Burrell with the free throws, and the Knicks lead is 2.
Now, this is where the Bulls can hurt you. They'll either come at you man-to-man or a 1-2-1-1. There it is right now. Now, you got to take it.
2-on-1 break, and Oakley and the Knicks missed the opportunity. Ward, however, goes in, and it's blocked. And Burrell got a piece of it. Scott Burrell blocks it, but the Knicks missed numbers on that situation.
Good call, Dick. Anytime that you have a 2-on-1 situation, you have got to force it and just push the ball strong. This is just a nice defensive reaction by Burrell. He's an excellent defensive player.
14 seconds on the shot clock as Dudley inbounds to Charlie Ward. He's guarded by Harper. Larry Johnson setting a screen. Both teams' strength is on the defensive side of the floor. Allen Houston takes a wild shot, ill-advised with Jordan right in his face, and the rebound by Longley.
Yeah, I thought Jordan might have got a piece of that, Dick. I was blocked out, but I think that the ball changed direction.
Little more than 3 minutes have gone by in the first quarter, and this crowd is up for this game, as they always are when the Bulls come to town, and that means number 23, Michael Jordan, with his second field goal, ties the game.
Well, when he gives you that quick jab step move, you got to honor it.
Larry Johnson looking for the foul, nothing there, and here come the Bulls. They have a 3-on-3. Jordan puts it on, and he is fouled hard. Oakley was the first to get him. And it will be against Charles Oakley.
Well, you can see Michael's alive tonight. Now, this is just a nice staggered dribble, and as he explodes, you know tonight that there are not going to be any gimme layups in this game. The Knicks are going to punish anyone that goes down into the paint and force you to make the 2 foul shots.
Michael Jordan coming off a 26-point game in the losing effort to Miami, but scored only 11 in the last 3 quarters of the game. So he, like the rest of the Bulls, very quiet Wednesday night in Miami.
Well, I thought, Dick, Miami played a great defensive game. They took Kukoc and Harper right out of the action. They only had 10 points between them. They stopped their bench production. Low point total, only 22 for the bench. And then they made every big shot.
Didn't miss anything.
Oh, my. What an exhibition.
Bulls have their first lead of the game. They've run off 6 in a row. Allen Houston guarded by Michael Jordan on a 1-4 setup right now, and Houston going to the basket and scores. Allen Houston off to a big start, has 6 of the first 8 Knick points.
Well, I like what he's doing. He's answering the challenge. You can see that Jeff Van Gundy is going to him, and they're telling him, look, you've got to step up big. This is a big one for him.
Dennis Rodman at the free throw line misses the jumper, and the Knicks looking to take the lead again. Larry Johnson in the lane with a fall away. The Knicks have not been a good shooting team, but They're coming out strong in this one. Johnson has 4, so between Houston and Johnson, they've accounted for all 10 Knick points.
Well, there's major energy in this building tonight. Everyone is here to see the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, and then the ball club is hampered a little bit with injuries. The Knicks. Oh, my.
3-point basket by Burrell. Scott Burrell, not known for the three-point shot at 24%, but he's taken 30 of them this year. Oakley with a no-look pass gets it back from Charlie Ward. And Oakley hits from the corner, but a fine assist by Charlie Ward.
Now, see, that shot's key to get Oakley going, Dick. He's only shooting 41%. We're talking about a guy throughout his career, 48 to 50 every year, hits that jump shot automatic. This year, struggling.
Michael Jordan, he's not struggling from the field. He has 8 points on 3 for 4 shooting from the field, and the Bulls lead by 1. But you're right about Charles Oakley, and the one thing with Ewing out that Jeff Van Gundy wants from him are double-doubles. He wants double figures in scoring and rebounding. Good fake by Houston. Dudley wasn't ready for that pass, but scores anyway.
It might be in the cards. Come on. I mean, we're seeing some tough shooting now. That you ever say, well, that's an easy shot. Now, that's a hard shot for any shooter. Halfway. We call that the midpoint area. Plus, he was a little bit behind the board.
Longley with a left-handed hook shot, and Oakley trying to save it, and he cannot. And it will be Chicago ball.
Interesting point, Dick. No offensive rebounds up to now for the Chicago Bulls. Now keep an eye on this. Right back to Oakley. See, he's got to catch it and shoot it. Don't think about it, Charles. Yeah, you're struggling, but that's okay. We're going to you. You're a big-time shooter.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Michael Dorsey has 3 women in his life. The woman who loves him, the woman he loves, and the woman he is. Watch Dustin Hoffman and Oscar winner Jessica Lange in Tootsie, Sunday night at 8. The new classics are on TNT.
You've only got a minute. It takes 2 of you to win it. Kids get on the mission. The NBA 2-ball competition. Boys and girls can shoot around until the clock runs down. They're playing 2-ball. Tell me, can you hear it? 2-ball. That's the sound of true team spirit. 2-ball. Tell me, can you hear it?
NBA 2-ball coming in January.
Welcome back to SportsCenter. I'd now like to introduce Charlie the Chimp. Charlie is going to predict Sunday's big game. Aren't you, little fella?
Had enough? Now you have a choice at 11. Switch to CNN, where sports is fun. No joke.
The Knicks have a lot of motion going right now. See, the ball was on the wing, and it came back to the top for Dudley. Allen Houston came down into this position. They run a curl move here, and then watch Oakley come and step and set a screen for Houston coming around. Now you're going to see they're really running a lot of stuff for Allen Houston early, and they're catching him, and he's going well. Here it is right there. Now you can see it. You say, wow, the guy's way behind him. Absolutely right. See, that's money in the bank.
Each team is shooting over 50%. The Bulls at 57, and that's a pretty good testimony for them. They come into the game 20th in the NBA in shooting. But both teams are hot from the field. Michael Jordan has 8. Scott Burrell has 5 for the Bulls. Allen Houston with 6 and Larry Johnson with 4. Longley working against Dudley. And there is Longley's hook shot, and you're right, he can be a dangerous offensive force for this team.
They've gone to him this year, Dick, and you like it because he's rewarding them. He's averaging 12 a game, and he's also on the boards. He's a tough defensive center in there because he'll bang you around.
And Ron Harper got to Charlie Ward, who missed the 3, and the Bulls, who lead by 1, and a turnover will give the ball back to the Knicks. So that is the 3rd turnover, and they've all been sloppy on the part of Phil Jackson's Bulls.
The reason why Longley's upset with himself is because he tried to thread a needle. You don't like to see that with guys when that's not part of their game. The Bulls are not a fast-breaking team. What they are, they lope in transition. They don't really blow it out.
Allen Houston off a screen, off the front rim, and Charles Oakley gets the offensive rebound, picked up the loose ball off of Longley, and a scoop shot by Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward, who comes into the game for the Knicks, averaging 7 points a game, but that's deceptive.
Oh, he's shooting 52%, and he's also shooting 45 in threes. So from an offensive standpoint, when he came in this league, that was the questionable part of his game. That is not so. He is answering the bell offensively.
Here it comes.
Relentless power, amazing agility, and a sleek, muscular shape. Introducing the all-new Tiburon. Its name means shark.
Where do you see the red one?
Look out. It's a whole new Hyundai.
Special delivery from DirecTV.
What's this for?
On March 10th, Total Choice becomes a better value when 8 great networks move to DirecTV.
Which ones?
For the kids, we have 2 channels of Nickelodeon, MTV, and M2. Cool! Can I keep mine? For mom and dad, there's Lifetime, TV Land, Comedy Central, and VH1. What do we have to do? Nothing. No phone calls, no ordering by remote. It's free with your Total Choice subscription. For details, tune at Channel 201.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
This month on DirecTV's Letterboxd Feature Showcase, the biggest, baddest, boldest Batman ever. Now catch Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman, and Alicia Silverstone in the widescreen presentation of Batman and Robin this month on DirecTV's Letterboxd Feature Showcase.
We have had 8 lead changes already, and still with 5:13 remaining in the first quarter. Coming up next, the Spurs and the Suns. That should be a dandy from Phoenix on TNT. And next Tuesday, the Sonics and the Bulls at 8 o'clock Eastern time on TNT. Spurs and Wizards go out on Wednesday. Pretty tough to find a matchup that's not attractive anymore in the NBA amongst the real good teams in both conferences.
Absolutely, Dick. You know, you got 8 excellent teams in the West, and we have 12 teams here in the East that are fighting, and Milwaukee and Detroit are right on the verge of becoming good ball clubs.
Working on John Starks, trying to keep him well circulated. He hopes to get in the game with the hamstring problem suffered in the third quarter of Wednesday night's win over the Nets. Steve Kerr has entered the game for the Chicago Bulls. Scott Burrell trapped by Johnson, and Kerr at the buzzer misses. Steve Kerr has been struggling as of late, and he is a notorious slow starter. And Dennis Rodman on the floor, and he commits. Oh, no, the foul is against the Knicks, excuse me. Rodman gets hit. It's on LJ, Larry Johnson.
Now, so you got to be a man in here tonight. Now, just watch Rodman and Oakley. See, as the shot goes up, Oakley puts Rodman back behind the board, and then we have the collision.
Jordan misses, and the rebound taken down by Johnson. Why is everyone picking on Dennis Rodman all of a sudden, Hubie?
Well, I think maybe because of his numbers, just the teens, because they know that he's focused in and he's playing great basketball.
Alonzo Mourning gave him the first shot, but Rodman retaliated, and eventually Phil Jackson was tossed out of the game Wednesday. Great move, and the basket counts by Luke Longley, and he can muscle Chris Dudley inside.
Yeah, see, you're talking 7'2", 290. We're talking a guy, he's got a nice hook shot. Now, just watch this up and under. Now, he's going to fake up. You got to honor it, see? And then he's going to step up underneath you, and he can shoot with either hand. So he's got the hook, he's got the up and under, and he can hit that jump shot up to 18 feet facing. This guy is a dangerous guy.
No, he's got a lot of weapons, and Dudley picking up his second foul, and Buck Williams is going to have to come in early. So that kind of foils a lot of Jeff Van Gundy's plans for this one.
Yeah, I look at the clock. They got 7.5 minutes out of him. That's okay, because you're going to bring Buck in here somewhere with 3.5 to 4.5 left in a quarter. Now, the big thing for Buck is, can Buck also continue to block out and do a good job?
That remains to be seen, and that's what they figured Dudley could do. But Buck Williams is in there now. The free throws are good, and it's 18-16, the Bulls lead. Longley with the three-point play. Allen Houston now with 8 points, and he is delivering on his promise of he's got to be a main guy here.
Dick, on that catch, he made a great head fake, and Michael Jordan bit, and he made his move.
Longley out at the perimeter. Jordan with a fake on Houston. And good defense by Charles Oakley, who came in from the weak side and saved the day for the Knicks.
Now, the first 8.5 minutes, the Knicks front line definitely doing a banner job on the defensive glass.
And the pass inside to Oakley, and it drops. Charles Oakley with his second basket, and I can't find a player on the floor who is not playing with a little extra zest tonight.
Oh, yeah, everybody's rejuvenated. The crowd is intense. Everybody's up. You made the statement earlier, Dick. It's exactly like a playoff game.
And the points in the paint illustrate your point about the front line of the Knicks. Steve Kerr, who is open, misses the shot. So Steve Kerr trying to get on track. And a great pass. Charlie Ward to Larry Johnson. And Ward has been a star passer in the first quarter tonight.
What a beautiful thread the needle. That's so difficult because all the defenders are running back in the middle of the floor.
Right down the middle was that pass by Ward. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Knicks lead by 4. Kerr double team for the moment.
Knicks doing a great job on the split series.
Longley rims the basket, and the Knicks looking very sharp in this first quarter, looking to extend their lead. Burrell on Larry Johnson has it knocked away and into the hands of the Bulls. So
Burrell can't guard him, Dick.
Longley, good pass from Kerr and a foul. Steve Kerr with a nice pass into Luke Longley on the fast break.
We're going to give you the transition by Charlie Ward. Look to the left of your screen. See, he pinpointed that right through 2 Chicago Bull defenders. Not only was the pass on the money, it was an easy catch so you could continue the play without a dribble.
Buck Williams committing the foul for the Knicks, and they have brought in Chris Mills. Mills acquired from the Boston Celtics for 3 young players, 2 of which are delivering big time for Rick Pitino's Celtics.
Well, McCarty and Thomas. Dante Jones is on the injured list, but you know that they got 2 young players that they really like who are making a good contribution. Boston Celtics 16-16 while they're entertaining Seattle at home tonight.
Scott Burrell to the bench, and Ron Harper comes back in the game. Longley misses both free throws, and the Knicks still lead by 4.
Well, Chicago, a very bad foul shooting team, 71%, and they are 21st in the league.
And the cheers are for John Starks, who is at the scorer's table getting ready to come in. Allen Houston, who was hot early, misses this one, and here are the cheers for John Starks coming into the game.
Well, when we asked Jeff Van Gundy, will Starks play tonight, he said no. He has to pass the physical tonight by Dr. Scott and then also Mike Saunders. And then he says, but he hates the Bulls so much. He'll probably come in here tonight.
And he was right.
And he'll play. And he's absolutely right.
Does Jeff Van Gundy know Starks or what? Those
That's
two
right.
have been jawing at each other. It's under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and a whistle and a foul. Maybe a 2-shot foul. Double foul is called, and it's Dennis Rodman and Charles Oakley.
Yeah, just keep an eye on Oakley and Rodman here. Now, you see, this is mild. Now, you look at this. Look at it. See, you want to get position and you want to get a rebound here. A lot of guys look at Rodman, you know, you're sitting out in college and you're saying, you know, I could do what Rodman can do. He's only 6'6", 220. I know I could go in and rebound. Yeah, well, what you have to do is want to take the physical punishment that this guy takes night in and night out by guys 6 to 8 inches taller and anywhere from 20 to 70 pounds heavier.
And don't think he doesn't do his homework, because in the dressing room before the game, he is constantly looking at tape of the team he's going to play that night to see what they're doing. And he said, you know, the Knicks, they all want to be a high scorer on their team. Here's Mills for 3. And Longley comes down with it with nearly a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. The Knicks lead 22-18. It's been that way for the last minute and a half. 12 on the shot clock. Ron Harper leaves it for Kerr.
See, the Knicks have been doing a great job keeping Chicago perimeter.
And they missed the perimeter shot as Harper misses a 3 out of bounds. Last touch by the Knicks.
Now, Jeff Van Gundy came into this game tonight. He said, we want to do a few things. One, we want to beat them to loose balls and take care of our defensive board. So far, excellent. Then can we keep them perimeter? If we keep them perimeter, taking jump shots, they will not get to the foul line, and we should have a good shot.
And that's the way it's gone for the Knicks thus far. Starks is guarding Michael Jordan now. And Longley with the left-handed hook going toward the middle. So Luke Longley with 7 points now, and along with 4 rebounds with a strong first quarter. And the Knicks lead is down to 2, and we're under a minute.
Yeah, see, anytime they throw into Longley, they're doing a good job on the cutters against the Chicago triangle.
Starks misses a 3, and Rodman and Longley both go at it. And the Bulls have it with 20 on the shot clock and 45 on the first quarter game clock.
We have the second and third toughest teams in this league to score against, meaning points, and then also field goal percentage. So you can see the half-court defenses at both ends tonight, tenacious.
By Jordan, and it doesn't go. And the rebound with 26 and off the foot. It's going to be Knicks ball, as it was last touched by the Bulls. But you're right about the way this game shapes up, and I think, as you have mentioned earlier, the rebounding is going to tell so much as to who will win this one.
Yeah, you wish that time Larry Johnson would have passed the basketball, because 2 Knicks were up ahead. They had a 2-on-1 situation. Forget the dribble, deliver the ball.
8 on the shot clock, differential of about 2.5 seconds. And a bad pass backward, but fortunately goes the Knicks' way. They have 2 seconds to attempt a shot.
Now Chicago has time here to get off a catch and a couple of dribbles for a shot.
Ward will inbound. He's got Starks. Started by Michael Jordan, and the buzzer sounds, and the Knicks did not get a shot off. So the Bulls, indeed, with 3.2 remaining in the quarter, will have a chance to score.
Anytime that you isolate, Dick, and you give a guy a ball at the top of the circle and you tell him go one-on-one, the one thing you do not want him to do is to leave the floor thinking pass first. And that's what Chicago did to Larry Johnson. They cut off the passing lanes, and he ends up with a ball going out of bounds.
Judd Bushler comes in, and Longley goes out. Here is Harper.
They got time.
And Harper loses control. And that'll do it. Chris Mills did a good job of staying with Harper. Allen Houston has 8 points to lead the Knicks, who are up by 2. Michael Jordan also 8 points in a very well-played first quarter. After 1 here in Madison Square Garden, the Knicks lead the Bulls 22-20.
A story of desperation, friendship, and freedom.
Want to join up with your Texans? We don't stop Santa Ana, it's going to blow through East Texas like a hurricane.
An epic journey across America's most dangerous frontier.
We're all going to be part of history.
Remember the Alamo! Remember the Alamo!
Chris Christopherson, Tom Skerritt, and Scott Bairstow. 2 for Texas. See it for the first time anywhere. Sunday, January 18th at 8 on TNT, the best movie studio on television.
Hope my car gets fixed today.
And my sink. And my furnace.
And my lawnmower. What? You idiot! You're gonna get us caught.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, Eddie! Make it a Bud Light.
So, he really plays in them?
Yeah, Mark Brunell in the Nike Air Marauder.
Almost took him all the way last year.
A scrambler like him needs some real traction to make the plays he does.
Kerry Collins has the same shoes too, right?
You bet. He took him right past San Fran and through Cowboy Country. Incoming.
Nobody gets you closer to the game than Foot Locker, where it all begins.
You're really excited about these new Burger King fries, aren't you?
Yeah, but these personal appearances are frying me.
Mustache.
Okay, but I'm doing important work, introducing the world to the incredibly delicious Burger King fries.
They sound great. Which nose?
The red one.
The new Burger King fries beat McDonald's fries in a nationwide taste test. Now get 2 new fries and 2 tasty flame-broiled burgers for just $2.22.
Okay, Mr. Potato Head, you're ready.
Oh, Sheila, I think.
Ooh.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. The best record in the league belongs to the Sonics. They are 28-6. They've won 7 straight on the road. They're at the Fleet Center tonight. And look at Jim McIlvaine going to work. Jim McIlvaine is flirting with a career high, which is 12. He has 8. And there's still 5 minutes to go in the third period. They're up 80-59. Sonics' next 2 games against the Knicks and the Bulls, guys.
All right, Ernie, thank you very much. And, of course, that game against the Bulls will be on TNT beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern next Tuesday night. And that will be a dandy. The Sonics and the Bulls. And the influence of Vin Baker on this team. George Karl's team playing as well as you want with the best record in the league. So we start the second quarter. There's the shooting numbers and the rebounds. What do you got, Hubie?
Yeah, well, you look at it, Chicago shooting 35%. They have 0 offensive rebounds. The Knicks, 43%, 1 offensive rebound. And can they continue the +4 in boards as we play 4 quarters? Big question.
Chris Childs into the game, and he is fouled and will go to the free throw line. So Childs is in, and Charlie Ward is out. Randy Brown comes in to match up with him. Foul is on Randy Brown, his first. So the Knicks with Chris Childs, John Starks in the backcourt. And up front, it's Buck Williams, Chris Mills, and Larry Johnson. The Bulls starting with the Brown and Kerr at guard. And Ron Harper, Dennis Rodman, and Jason Caffey. So Michael Jordan, who had 8 points in the first quarter, most of those points coming early in that session, starts the second quarter as he usually does on the bench.
Well, the Knicks have 5 guys shooting 80% or better, and Childs at 84. Now, Brown is an excellent defender for Chicago, and he's getting 17 minutes a game and answering with quality minutes.
Keep in mind, Tony Kukoc unable to play because of the flu tonight. That'll limit the Bulls, although Ron Harper going around the screen. As Brian Burwell mentioned, he too bothered by the flu. But the Knicks lead is 2 again at 24-22.
Yeah, anytime that they score on that guard around play, you know, you just shake your head as a coach because you know it's coming and there's no excuse for that happening.
Randy Brown doing a good job against Chris Childs. Brown's attribute is on the defensive end of the floor. And a good hook shot, baby hook by Mills. And the Knicks are hoping that Chris Mills can come alive offensively for them.
Well, you know, he averaged 14 points a game, Dick, during his 4 years in Cleveland. So you know that the guy can score. He's got to get accustomed to the style of play here in New York.
Starks all over Steve Kerr with 6 on the shot clock, and the Knicks leading by 4. Here is Ron Harper from the corner, and the rebound by Buck Williams. So the Knicks doing a solid job at both ends of the floor here in the first half. Here is Childs coming around a screen, double for the moment. Mills with the fake, drives down the lane and scores. And the Knicks not shy at all about challenging the inside defense of the Bulls.
Well, right now, Dick, Chicago does not have a shot blocker on the floor, so you can't be taking jump shots. Anytime that you get an advantage, a half a step, you take it strong to the rim.
Caffey is their main muscle man, and he's not imposing at all as a big guy. Here's Kerr trying to get it to Caffey, and a 3-second violation called against Chicago.
The Knicks are doing such a great defensive job. They're taking him right out of the triangle offense and making them solo. Now, just keep an eye right here. Now, this is a strong move right to the rim. Well, anytime that you know guys can't shot block, well, of course you challenge. Take them to the rim. If they do, they're going to foul you.
Here's John Starks, who leaves it inside for Mills, and Mills gets the basket and the foul, showing great quickness under the basket. Chris Mills with 6 points and a chance for another.
They've been waiting for this guy to do this for 34 games, and that is make the catch. If the jump shot isn't there, take it strong. Now, here it is here. There's your catch. Take it strong. Come up on this side because Rodman committed to blocking the shot on the opposite side of the rim. And once again, when a guy can't block your shot, you're going to have body contact. You're on the foul line.
Jordan right now on the bench as he watches the Knicks take an 8-point lead that could become 9. Chris Mills shooting only 42% on the season coming into this game. And as you can see, the lowest scoring since his rookie year. But Mills has scored the last 7 Knick points who have their biggest lead of the game. 9-point lead with a little less than 3 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Knicks doing a very tight defensive job as well. Rodman guarded by Buck Williams. 8 on the shot clock, nowhere to go with it. Caffey has it jarred away. And here's Randy Brown off the board, tipped up and in. And that will be Caffey or Rodman, and they'll give it to Dennis Rodman.
That is Chicago's first offensive rebound, played 15 minutes.
So the Knicks, as you mentioned, doing a good job of keeping them off the boards. Larry Johnson with the missed shot. It's 31-24. The Bulls, who have been trailing most of this game, trailing by 7 now. Jordan remains on the bench, has not moved yet. And inside, Rodman getting tangled up underneath. And a foul called against Buck Williams.
All right, here's your offensive rebound with Rodman in traffic right there. That's a strong move by Buck Williams to defensively, except Rodman was right up over the top of him with that hand.
So Buck Williams has 2 fouls, and Chris Dudley, who started the game at center for the Knicks, on the bench with 2 himself. Caffey looking inside to Harper, gets doubled. Ron Harper with a good move, turns around and hits the shot. Good ad-libbing by Ron Harper.
Now that's the first time that they've gotten anything out of when the Knicks fronted the pivot man that they actually scored on a lob pass.
And the Knicks lead is 5. John Starks with a great feed into Buck Williams. And the Knicks with a terrific job of passing. They're very unselfish here in this first half.
Dick, that happens so quick. See, when you come off of the screen that deep and you curl hard and you make the catch, the guy guarding the screener is going to step out and help. Now the unselfish play. Give it up. The other guy's got a layup.
Kerr in the corner, now picked up on the switch by Mills. Knicks doing a terrific defensive job all the way around. Harper over Starks and hits. But you can't blame Starks for that. No, he was all over him.
I mean, come on, Harper averaged 18 points, during the first 10 years in this league. So you know that he can score, and it's about time that he's being assertive down there in the post-up area.
Harper coming off a 2-for-7 shooting night, 4 points against Miami. Starks misses for the 3, and now with the Bulls. So John Starks still hasn't scored, came in late. Doubtful starter with the hamstring problem, but he's in there now. And Starks called for the foul on Steve Kerr.
Now keep an eye on this down screen. You can see we gave it to you late. Starks made the play and then just dropped it inside. As soon as he was double teamed, Buck Williams stepped up and go.
Allen Houston has checked back in for the Knicks, and Michael Jordan remains on the bench for the Bulls. Nearly 5 minutes on the bench. Rodman with a pass to Jason Caffey, and the Bulls climb to within 3.
Dennis Rodman is averaging 3 assists a game. That's more assists than a lot of backup point guards in this league are making over a course of a season. So, it's another part of his game that is unappreciated.
The Knicks call a timeout. No one underappreciates Dennis Rodman these days.
Sonics Bulls, Tuesday night at 8. The NBA's on TNT.
You like the way you feel when you get what you need, like the kid of your heart, like a break in the weather. You deserve someone who's always there at your service. Quality care.
Quality Care Service from Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers.
NBA fans, imagine seeing virtually any NBA game right in your own living room. Well, now you can with NBA League Pass on DirecTV. You can choose up to 40 games a week. That's right, all the thrills and excitement of the NBA's regular season right at your fingertips. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS and make 4 monthly installments of just $39.75 to get all of the incredible action that NBA League Pass has to offer. See if the Knicks or the Hawks can knock off the Bulls, or head out west where everyone is gunning for the Jazz. It's your call. You make the choice.
Oh, my goodness!
And as an added bonus, when you call 1-800-GET-SPORTS, you'll get On, the official magazine of DirecTV Sports. Plus, you'll get the NBA League Pass season schedule, so you'll know when your favorite teams are playing.
Yeah, baby!
NBA League Pass on DirecTV Sports. Choose your game.
We'd like to give you a Dennis Rodman on a nice touch pass. Now here comes Kerr. The shot clock is going down. They hit Rodman. Now watch how he's double teamed. How about the catch, delivery, and then leading to a nice easy layup. See, the guy has a high IQ for the game, Dick. You cannot be a great offensive rebounder if you didn't understand the area of the rebound of the shot. So you know he has that. He's willing to take physical punishment. You know that if somebody is open and he has the ball, he not only sees the play that he should make, he can make the pass and make it look easy. So, you know, the guy, you know, you forget the tattoos, forget the earrings, you know, forget all of the bizarre
the gold
stuff.
hair.
Yeah, forget the gold hair.
Can we not forget the gold hair?
High IQ basketball player,
yes,
okay? Plus a first-team all-defensive guy 7 times.
Rodman goes to the bench, and Michael Jordan, who was out the first 5 minutes of this second quarter, has come back in the game. And Steve Kerr is called for the reach-in foul. So it's 33-30. And remember now, if you want to look at handicapping this, the Bulls are playing without Kukoc and Scottie Pippen. And the Knicks do not have, of course, Patrick Ewing.
I'd like to see Allen Houston, when he's in that situation again, make that catch. Look for the shot right away.
John Starks misses the 3. Starks is struggling since he's come in 0 for 3 from the field, and the Bulls find themselves trailing by only a 3-point basket. We have 6:28 remaining.
That's the first time for the inside cut screen and roll.
Luke Longley in the game misses a wide open corner shot, and you saw that both teams continue to shoot extremely well. Childs to Buck Williams with a hook shot, but he had Luke Longley in front of him. Buck hustles for the rebound. He misses the layup, and the Knicks come up empty.
That's why we say there's a lot of pressure on Larry Johnson and Buck Williams to develop in the low hole for them. They've got to make things happen, shoot a high percentage. Now this is smart basketball, posting up Michael on Starks.
Jordan finds the open man, Caffey, misses the shot. Jordan gets the rebound. Caffey had the open shot. The Bulls have missed a couple of open shots lately.
Now this guy here has been on fire all year after the first 17 games. After the first 17 games, Michael is averaging over 30 points a game.
How about his rebounding?
A major key, Dick. He's shooting over 50%, which he was struggling early because of the dislocated finger. And then he's averaging 7 rebounds a game. Big-time rebounding by Michael.
Chris Dudley and Charles Oakley back in the Knick lineup as Starks goes out, along with Buck Williams. Neither one able to produce much when they were in there. Longley on the miss. The Knicks have the ball and a 3-point lead. Under 5.5 to go, and Childs in the lane, and a loose ball foul called against the Bulls.
Yeah, they catch Longley blocking out Chris Dudley that time. Now, I like that move. That was a very nice move, nice stagger, and I like the tempo that the Knicks are trying to play out. Right now, they have to put a little muzzle on Starks and also Larry Johnson to tell them, look, if you're not getting any shot attempts, don't force any jump shots. Let's stay going to the basket.
And neither of whom are in the game right now.
It had to be. You got to get him out of there if they're going to force the shot.
Longley's foul was his second personal. Childs goes baseline. Mills is hot. And Jordan is fouled by Dudley, who picks up his third personal foul. A loose ball foul against Chris Dudley.
Yeah, bad foul because he was over the back and he made a swipe at it. Now, right now, Dudley's got, Jeff Van Gundy has got to make a big decision. Do you take Dudley out, or do you say, look, let me just go with the guy? I'll leave him in there, hope that he doesn't pick anything up in the last 5 minutes.
Dudley stays in there guarding Longley, and Judd Bushler checks in, and Steve Kerr leaves the game. Jordan with the jumper, and he misses. Michael Jordan scoreless in the last 13.5 minutes as Houston's pass is thrown away. So the Bulls still trailing by only 3, and Michael Jordan with 5 minutes on the bench in the second quarter has had a long drought. Nearly 14 minutes since he scored. Caffey working his way in. Basket no. Traveling called against Jason Caffey.
See, they've gone away from the pass into the pivot and then the cutters. The Knicks have taken them right out of the first phase of the triangle. Now the last 2 times down, they forced him to go to the corner pass to run the inside cut, screen, and roll. Now this is just they're scrambling right now. They catch Caffey on a travel, which was really close. But the call was made by a ref who was right opposite the call, Steve Jaffe. Had it all the way.
33-30 in favor of the Knicks. Very low scoring game with 4:19 to go in the first half. The score was 22-20 after 1, and Charles Oakley now with 6 points. So the Knicks getting some mileage from Houston, Johnson, and Oakley, not to mention Mills off the bench. 5-point New York lead. The Knicks were up by as many as 9 here in the second quarter. Harper working his way in baseline, help from Dudley, and he did a good job. And here come the Knicks. Houston guarded by Michael Jordan. Jordan scored 8 points early and has had nothing since.
Stay with your movement. Your movement's been good.
Childs with the jumper. Chris Childs with 4 points here in the second quarter, and the Knicks again up by 7.
Once the Knicks run in transition and they do not have anything, 2-on-1, 3-on-2, 4-on-3, they come right into a screen and roll from either wing, and that's where they're catching the Bulls right now. The Bulls are not reacting.
Timeout, Chicago. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? Okay, our book club is in session. First up, Max's dad wants to join our club. Hello.
Let's give him the test.
Name Max's favorite book. Billy and the Robot. What's the robot super word? Bazamo.
He's good.
Last question. Reading is fundamental. All in favor? Aye. All right, congratulations. Thank you.
Out here, we negotiate on the court. Keep that ball. I got ball. Somebody coming off the bench to give you a rest? Because I'm busting you down. Give it up. Put that hands up off me. Foul me, man. Foul me. What foul? Show me the blood.
You like the way you feel when you get what you need, like the key to your heart, like a break in the weather. You deserve someone who's always there at your service. Quality care.
Quality Care Service from Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home. By Champion, nothing matters but the game. And by Ford and your local Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
We'd like to show you what we mean by that. See, the Knicks have just come in transition. They have nothing. The basketball is here. Allen Houston's going to throw the ball right here to Charles Oakley. He is going to make a pass to the wing and then set a screen. And you're going to see execution. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to create an early offense. So just watch it. Here comes the pass, screen. Here comes right into the middle, and catch Chicago not reacting.
Dennis Rodman back in there, so it's Jordan, Bushler, Rodman, Harper, and Longley. As the Bulls have lacked a little spark lately. Bushler hits a jumper, and he'll give it to them.
He's been playing excellent basketball for them off the bench. You're talking about a guy that only plays about 10 minutes, but they are productive minutes.
He had 9, a season's high against the Celtics 2 games ago. So he can be a valuable guy. Judd Bushler, Allen Houston from the corner, and Houston is in double figures with 10 points.
Tell you what, they caught Michael Jordan cheating by going up over the top of the screen. We call that double spacing, and Allen Houston opened up on the baseline.
Knicks lead is 7. Bulls' last lead was 18-16, and the Knicks still playing solid at both ends of the floor. Longley working in, and it's getting a piece of it is Dudley, risking a 4th personal foul. So that was a clutch play by Chris Dudley, and now they say it is still Chicago ball. And they have 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, you saw Dudley at his best. Now remember, he's playing with 3 fouls, but he took the chance, blocked that shot by Longley, and that is one of the very few loose balls that the Knicks have not recovered. And remember that Chicago still only has 1 offensive rebound.
That's right. And it's interesting the decision that you said Jeff Van Gundy was going to make. He kept Dudley in the game, and it paid off for him.
And it's a gamble. Now, you know yourself, with the way that Jeff is being attacked by the media here in New York, if Dudley would have picked up a foul before he did something good like he just did now, we know tomorrow that he'd be roasted. He'd be roasted for gambling because now Dudley would have 4 fouls.
Hubie, do you speak at all with experience on this subject? I'm just curious.
You know, it's always easy to attack guys, you know, when you've never been in that position before, because you're sitting there and it's objective. And
you won't get an argument from me,
no, absolutely. No. Either that or you're sitting on your couch with a beer and a ham sandwich. You know what I mean? It's so easy from there.
And, you know, it's a lot of times it's easy from where we sit, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely, Dick. The pressure that the guys are going under at both benches here this evening. This is a big game for Chicago. Only 6-10 on the road, which you have brought out. They're not playing well against teams over 500. They're only 12-9. Your team is not shooting well, and you're without your second and third leading scorers.
Jordan makes the basket, and only Michael Jordan, 2 seconds on the shot clock, could make it look so easy. But Michael Jordan now with 10 points. He went 15 minutes without scoring, and it's a 39-34 Knick lead with 2:20 remaining. And Buechler knocks it away from Oakley out of bounds, and it is last touched by the Bulls.
See, Jud Buechler is a defensive player first, a three-point shooter second, and he's a professional beach volleyball guy in 4-man volleyball. So, you know, he's been in pressure situations a lot. He's not afraid to take that big shot with the shot clock going down.
6 on the shot clock. Childs looking for an opening, finds Allen Houston for 3, and he's got it. Allen Houston hits the first 3-point basket for the Knicks tonight. 13 points for Allen Houston, coming off a dramatic 3-point basket against the Nets on Wednesday night here at the Garden.
Dick, Michael was right in his face on that one.
Here's Jordan, blocked by Dudley, and the Knicks get it back. Chris Dudley making 2 big defensive plays in light of 3 personal fouls.
That's when you want to see Houston take it all away. Stop pulling up.
Kerr.
Oh,
and Steve
wow.
Kerr hits a 3. Kerr, who missed 10 games with a bruised knee and has been struggling from the field, hits a clutch 3-point basket to bring the Bulls to within 5 with under a minute and a half remaining. Chicago 2 of 5 from the 3-point territory. Allen Houston driving the baseline and puts it in. Beautiful finger roll by Allen Houston.
He's blessed with such incredible athletic talent. But you've got to stop settling for that 8 to 12-foot jumper. Take it all away, because if you get fouled, you're an 82% foul shooter.
So he has been more aggressive. It's apparent tonight. And Allen Houston, 6 for 10 from the field. Michael Jordan comes back, and he's got 12. Jordan with 12 leads the Bulls. Allen Houston with 15 leads the Knicks, and the Knicks call a 20-second timeout.
Dick, that's their first score out of hitting the pivot man with either of the 2 cutters scoring. And all they did was they ran a split, and unfortunately for the Knicks, their 2 defenders got picked off, and they're playing 1 man, and the shot goes up by Jordan. That's the first score out of their split series or their backdoor series. And you got to give the Knicks a lot of credit. They have played 23 minutes without giving up a field goal against that triangle from those spots.
Let's see those last 2 plays.
Now keep it right to your screen. Here comes Jordan. Now watch what happens. A nice move by Allen Houston. See, because Michael's laying off him, trying to help. He's running at him, and Houston is making it. Now watch the screen. You see that? You just had a split. 2 guys playing 1. No good. You can't do that. What you should do is you should always switch on the screens on a split, and in that way, neither offensive cutter gains an advantage.
Michael Jordan playing in a record 793rd double-figure effort tonight. 793 straight games in double figures for Michael Jordan. And Kerr gets hit by Allen Houston, and they're going to call it on Houston.
Yeah, good call. See, you can't have that. When guys set screens, it's always a dangerous time for a defender, because the defender is moving. Keep an eye on this right now. See right there. See, first of all, Allen Houston caught Kerr with the left elbow, and then Kerr naturally retaliated by grabbing Allen Houston around the neck.
5-point lead, and the quick double on Michael Jordan leaves Buechler open. And a loose ball foul underneath called against Dennis Rodman, and that'll be 3 on Dennis Rodman.
You see, now right now Phil's got to be careful because you don't want him to pick up a fourth. You only got 32 seconds left.
He loves the official, obviously.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's face it now. We made a big issue about Dennis. You know, Dennis leading the league here with 6 offensive rebounds for like the 6th year in a row. Now these are 2 guys. Look at this. This is like a sumo wrestling match all night. Oakley and Rodman.
2 warriors, really.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, come on. You know, Oakley loves playing against Rodman. They're 2 of the better offensive rebounders that we have had in the last 15 to 20 years in this league.
Want to remind you, coming up, the Nike halftime report with scores and highlights, and Reggie Theus will join Ernie Johnson in our studio, so stick around. A lot to report on. See what's going on with the Celtics and the Seattle Sonics. So substitutions coming in. Rodman is going to go out of the game.
Now Rodman's upset that they're taking him out of the game, but Phil's smart. He cannot allow him
to explode.
That's right. A, explode, but B, get that fourth. You don't want him to get that fourth right now. And you know he's frustrated because he only has 1 offensive rebound.
Oakley, an outstanding free throw shooter as well throughout his career. He's just about under 80% for the season. Makes the free throw and a 7-point Knick lead. 23 on the shot clock. Michael Jordan almost guilty of a backcourt violation, and he's fouled driving to the basket.
Now you said, why did he do that? He was going for the 2-for-1. He was going to make something happen early.
Before the 24.
That's right. So now the Knicks will have to shoot, and Chicago might have 2 or 3 seconds for another chance. Because you know, there is no one in this gym as a player or sitting in this building who can stop this guy one-on-one.
And Jeff Van Gundy, talking with him before the game, says anytime he comes close to being in the low post, we're going to double him right away. And Luke Longley is going to leave the game, replaced by Jason Caffey. Longley playing with 2 personal fouls, and
good moves.
Phil doesn't want to see Luke get a 3rd.
Also, when they're running back at you, he wants to have all guys now who can shoot a 3-point shot.
Pressure, and they're going to make the Knicks work to bring it up.
Oh, great
and a loose
steal.
ball. It's
great
taken
steal.
away by Jordan with 20 seconds and dropping 46-41, and the Bulls can play for the last shot. Houston is all over Michael Jordan. There's the double.
Run it down now. Don't be silly.
And a foul. Houston committing his 3rd personal foul.
That's right.
And that'll send Jordan to the free throw line with 6.2.
Now everyone's upset except for one thing. He fouled him. You know, and you don't want it to happen, but it happened. Now, as he passes this ball off and he runs back down into the post area and they go in there, Allen's right there. He caught him right up over the top of the shoulder. See, that's a silly foul because now you're putting a great foul shooter on the line to shoot 2. The only good thing about this is that you have 6 seconds to go.
What's interesting is the Knicks have really played solid ball at both ends of the floor, and yet they're in a dogfight right now.
Yeah, and be ready now for this full court press again with all of these road runners that Chicago have in the game.
46-42, the Knicks lead, and here comes that pressure.
Come to the ball.
And they're not coming to the ball, and the Knicks forced to call a timeout with still 6.2 remaining in the half.
Anytime that a defensive team puts a guy on the ball out of bounds and then they front all the cutters coming to the ball, you have got to have somebody also coming and then a little lob.
Inside Stuff, Saturdays on NBC.
Once people dreamed of owning that fabulous new invention called a TV. Then they dreamed of having a set that could actually show pictures in color. Now there's a dream for today's generation.
Introducing Flat TV from Philips. A 42-inch screen that's incredibly only 4 1/2 inches thick. And like the other dreams, someday it too will be in everyone's living room.
So guys, what do we want to do this weekend?
Let's go to the beach.
It happened at 10 till 6 on a Tuesday night. Just before the steamed carrots were served.
Guys, it's important. Yes, this is Louisa. What are you saying?
A phone call she would always remember.
We got the house. We got the house.
For a free guide to help you on the path to homeownership, call the Fannie Mae Foundation. we're showing America a new way home.
You like the way you feel when you get what you need, like the key to your heart, like a break in the weather. You deserve someone who's always there at your service. Quality care.
Quality Care Service from Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers.
Tail end of the second quarter with the Knicks leading the Bulls by 4. TNT is cable television's exclusive home of the 18th Olympic Winter Games. Coverage begins February 7th. Well, in the last 20 seconds, the Bulls have scored 3. Allen Houston picked up his 3rd foul. Ron Harper got wrapped up in a few towels, and the Knicks forced to take a full timeout.
Anytime that you curl a guy off of the screen, it's tough for the defense.
Childs to take a 3 at the buzzer. Ooh, just missed. And that is the end of the first half. Houston with 15, Jordan with 15, although Michael Jordan went 15 minutes without scoring a point. And at the end of the first half, here at Madison Square Garden, the Knicks lead the Bulls by a score of 46-42.
It happens every year in some of the most remote stretches of land in Mexico. And in the world of off-road racing, it's truly the whole enchilada. The legendary Baja 1000. A mountain of dust for those who can stand to eat it. And the end of the line for those who can't. That's why more drivers who challenge the Baja rely on the Duralast battery than any other. The same Duralast you can rely on in your car, because it's the one we stock at AutoZone. The Duralast battery. Power you can depend on.
Their last encounter was pure hell in a cell.
This is not a pretty sight. We knew it wouldn't be.
This time, hell will be a safer place. The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, The Casket Match, live Sunday, January 18th.
Catch the World Wrestling Federation's Royal Rumble, live Sunday, January 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern, only $29.95 on Direct Ticket. Don't miss it.
This month, don't miss Warren Miller's exciting new powder-packed adventure, Snow Riders. You'll go to the highest peaks and witness the most extreme skiers and snowboarders in the world. And when you order Warren Miller's Snow Riders for only $4.99, you'll receive the making of Snow Riders absolutely free. That's over 2 hours of pure powder. Also, don't miss these other Warren Miller classics playing this month. It's awesome, it's exciting, and it's playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Eastern Conference arch rivals, the Bulls and the Knicks, going at it at the Garden tonight, and Michael Jordan has 15 points in the first half. But Chicago is down to New York. Allen Houston with 15 for the Knicks. It is 46-42 after 24 minutes. Along with Reggie Theus, Ernie Johnson in Atlanta, it is time for the Nike Halftime Report. And we'll get you started with the beginning and the end of the NBA's alphabet, Atlanta and Washington. Last time these teams played, it was the good old days for the Hawks. They beat the Wiz to go 11-0. Since then, Lenny Wilkins' troops have gone 9-12, while the Wizards have gone 15-11. Wilkins goes into this game without Mookie Blaylock, without Ed Gray, both placed on the injured list today. He does have Steve Smith, their leading scorer, and Smitty knocks away the pass by Terry Davis, and ahead of the pack, he lays it in. Atlanta jumped out to a 17-4 lead. Back comes Washington when you do not have Mookie. Rod Strickland kind of running wild at the point. And Bernie Bickerstaff watches his guys have an 18-4 run early in the third quarter and turn this thing into a game. Hawks late in the third. Steve Smith working on Timmy Legler. Boy, there's some banging going on inside. Tyrone Corbin comes up with the tip late in the third, setting the stage for what should be a great fourth quarter. Just down the street here, 65-61. The Hawks with a 4-point lead over the Wiz as they begin the fourth quarter down at Georgia Tech. Sonics and the Boston Celtics playing at the Fleet Center tonight. Vin Baker, Sonics leading scorer with 20 points tonight, coming off a 25-point effort and ready to go. Jim McIlvain with the SWAT, and the game plan tonight basically get the ball to Vin Baker. Hersey Hawkins does just that, gets the ball to Vin Baker. As we continue with the get the ball to Vin Baker theme, Greg Anthony to Vin Baker. And Rick Pitino says, boy, they're getting the ball to Vin Baker quite a bit here tonight. And then Gary Page says, take a rest, big fella. I'll go through the white shirts for the reverse. And it's the Seattle Supersonics in a romp over the Boston Celtics, 111-92. Vin Baker with 22. Look at the free throw percentage. Seattle hits 28 out of 43. The Celtics go to the line 5 times all night long, and you don't win many games when you do not get to the line.
You make me laugh.
Well, that's why I'm here. Seattle, meantime, who would have thunk it, Reggie? If you lose a key part like Sean Kemp, you do get Vin Baker, but do you expect them to have the best record in the NBA at this point?
Ernie, I'll tell you, it's 3 things. First of all, it's the will of Gary Payton, a more relaxed George Karl. He's got one less headache. And then it's better court balance, offensively and defensively. When you have a Vin Baker, you know where he's going to be at all times. Sean Kemp had a tendency to float around the court. He had a little bit less of athleticism in his game, so therefore he was all over the place, and it was a little bit more unpredictable for his teammates, which caused them less court balance. The Sonics are 29-6 now and 15-4 on the road. That's the best mark in the NBA. When the Nike halftime report continues, I'll try to make Reggie laugh again. And we'll look ahead to Game 2 of our doubleheader. He's number 4 in boards, number 1 in field goal percentage. He's Tim Duncan. Spurs Suns preview upcoming.
Hours? All right, we'll be waiting. What are you gonna miss in school today?
Nothing. What are you gonna miss?
You wanna see?
Weather outside is frightful. Daddy, you got email.
I did, didn't I? You gotta get some quotes out. You wanna help me? Hey, you faxed it.
Let it snow. We're still working. Come back later.
New PocketNet service, only from AT&T.
Out of the blue, Upjohn invites me to help him test the new Rogaine. Okay. I hated this spot. I said yes. This new Rogaine Extra Strength for Men is more concentrated. It gets more to the root to grow more hair. 2 months in, it's working. My wife's saying something's happening. But maybe I'm just lucky. What about the other guys? Listen to this. 45% more hair than with original Rogaine. 45% more hair with the new Rogaine. It's the, ultimate spot remover.
Early evening in Phoenix, where some of the folks are headed home. Others are headed to America West, where the Suns look to entertain their 322nd consecutive sellout crowd tonight. Phoenix ready to host the San Antonio Spurs. Jim Durham with Cheryl Miller. When you talk about the San Antonio Spurs, you think first about David Robinson. But that guy riding shotgun, Tim Duncan, he's not too bad either.
Hey, Robinson has a lot of help. Tim Duncan should walk away with Rookie of the Year, especially if he keeps up this pace. I tell you, this guy's been absolutely awesome. He's averaging 17 points, shooting 58% from the field, and pulling down almost 12 boards. What separates Tim Duncan from all the other rookies is not only his versatility, but his consistency.
Well, like the Spurs, the Suns are another team on the rise here in the Western Conference. When you think of the Suns, perhaps you think of the brilliant play of Jason Kidd, although their offseason acquisition, Antonio McNice, he's given them a big lift.
Hey, the one thing that the Suns have been missing for a long time has been their interior game, and they now have it with McDice, McNasty. This guy is absolutely explosive down low. Got off to a slow start, but in the last 3 games has been sensational, averaging 18 points, and the guy is shooting 55% from the field.
What we have here are 2 teams that are red hot, 2 teams with bright young stars. That's game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. Right now, let's go back to Ernie Johnson.
All right, thanks, y'all. And remember, after the game, it's inside the NBA. You know, so many highlights, she'll be begging us to stop, plus Brian Burwell's bottom line. Let's get another take on Game 2 of the doubleheader, Spurs and Suns. And, Reggie, you think it's coming down to the point, huh?
Well, you know, they talked about the big guys, and those are the finishers, but they can't do nothing until the little guys give them the ball. I tell you what, this game is going to boil down to which point guard can keep the other point guard out of the lane, dishing off to the big guys, making it happen. Jason Kidd, Avery Johnson matchup, one to watch. You want to see a great play from a game tonight, the Portland Trail Blazers, end of the first quarter. Check this out. Great play by J.R. Ryder. And the UNLV guy.
Oh, man. I had to get this to oblige Reggie Theus, and we look at it one more time. Almost lost in all the confusion is Alvin Williams making the three-pointer. And congratulations, by the way, on getting your number retired at UNLV. I'm serious. 49-46. The Blazers with the lead over the Timberwolves. They are early in the third period at Target, where the Timberwolves are just 2-15 against the Blazers all time. Other action, Golden State and Detroit. It is 46-38 Detroit early in the third. And Miami and Denver. This is the start of a 6-game road trip for Miami. Good place to start it. Denver is 2-30. It's 13-8. Back to wrap it up right after this.
They come from all over for the most agonizing test of endurance motorsports has to offer. The heavyweight championship of off-road racing, the legendary Baja 1000. Mile after mile of unforgiving terrain that can send even the toughest truck to an early grave, which means it can really be murder on a battery. That's why more drivers who tackle the Baja rely on the Duralast battery than any other. The same Duralast we stock at AutoZone. The Duralast battery, power you can depend on.
Only one full-size pickup delivers the strong, even release of power that comes from having a flat torque curve. Sierra by GMC. Sierra gives you the style to stand apart from the herd and the smooth, steady power it takes to leave it behind. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
Welcome back. Later tonight, we've got Hornets in the garage. Oh no, Charlotte visiting Vancouver's GM Place. And at the Sports Arena, the Lakers will try to beat the Clippers for the third time this season. Here's next week's Turner Sports NBA schedule. Tuesday, Sonics and Bulls from the United Center on TNT. Next night on TBS, the Spurs and the Wiz. Friday on TNT, it's the TNT alumni game as Chuck Daly takes the Magic to Phoenix to face Danny Ainge and the Suns. Well, folks, it is almost that time again, the Olympics. And TNT has the exclusive cable rights to the Winter Games from Nagano, Japan. One-of-a-kind coverage, one-of-a-kind event. The Winter Games from Nagano beginning February 7th on TNT. Third quarter coming up from the Garden, Knicks by 4.
American Express Small Business Services. How can I help you?
How can I help you?
Right. We only work with small businesses.
Why don't we start with your cash flow?
And our equipment financing plan will help spread out the payments.
That'll definitely give you more flexibility.
How about setting up a line of credit?
We can do that.
Then I'll put you in touch with one of our CPAs so you can start getting ready for tax time.
We can always make adjustments when your situation changes.
Call 1-800-SUCCESS to find out how American Express Small Business Services can help you do more.
All right, a theatrical agent. Ready? That hat. Hey, he's on. He's on. Ready? Hey! Oh, how much for that move? Yeah! A shoe contract? You got man, good man. Get the train. Season's over.
Nobody. They don't have endorsement deals. They don't drive fancy cars. And they don't earn big salaries. Instead, these young men play for pride. And they play for the love of the game. Experience their passion with ESPN Full Court. From Big Ten giants Michigan and Indiana to the ACC powerhouses North Carolina and Duke. From Big East dynasties Georgetown and Syracuse to SEC favorites Kentucky and Arkansas. You can get great regular season basketball action from around the country, all for $89. Just call 1-800-GET-SPORTS. When you order, you'll get a subscription to On, the official magazine from DirecTV Sports. Whether you follow one team or track all the teams on their way to the Final Four, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS to order ESPN Full Court. It's the place where basketball is still the game. ESPN Full Court on DirecTV Sports. Choose your game.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the expressed written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
And welcome back to the NBA on TNT on this Friday night in New York. And we've got a good one going. The Chicago Bulls trailing the New York Knicks 46-42. And let's take a look at halftime statistics. Michael Jordan and Allen Houston each with 15 points. Jordan 5 of 12 for the field. The Knick bench is the difference in this game, including 7 points by Chris Mills and 7 rebounds. Chris Childs has 3 rebounds off the bench. Dennis Rodman coming in as the leading rebounder in the NBA. But so far he has been curtailed with only 3 rebounds tonight, and the Knicks have the edge on the boards. And the Knicks playing well, Hubie, at both ends of the floor. Yet when you look up at the scoreboard, their lead is only 4.
Yeah, they only have 4-point advantage, and you worry about that because the other guys are still explosive. Jordan, only 5 for 12, shooting under 50%.
You know he's going to do better, right?
That puts pressure on the bench. The bench isn't doing it. All right, then you say to yourself, well, what about turnovers? Both teams only have 4, so it's a nice wash. Give Oakley and Larry Johnson kudos because they are doing a great job on the defensive board. Chicago with 2 offensive rebounds.
Right now, let's send it over to Brian Burwell.
Thank you, Dick. Now, this is a time when I normally talk to and about the coaches, and I'm going to do that, but it's about a special gentleman, Red Holzman, the legendary Hall of Fame coach for the Knicks, who is right now in a Long Island hospital fighting a battle with leukemia. Now, I've been told that he will spend at least the next month in the hospital. I was lucky. In 1982, I was a young sports writer, and I had the privilege of covering his final year as a coach here. And Red, personally, and for the rest of all of us here at Turner Sports, I just want to wish you a speedy recovery. Dick and Hubie, back to you.
All right, well said, Brian. Thank you very much. But I'd like to hear, of course, one year I broadcast the Knicks games when Red Holzman was the coach. He led them to those 2 great world titles. But as a coach, Red Holzman.
One of the all-time great gentlemen, a fantastic coach, one of the inventors of movement of 5 guys, total unselfish play, demanded it in his way. What people fail to remember is he was a great player as a professional player in the leagues for the Rochester Royals when they won a championship, also with Milwaukee, and then became the coach of the Knicks. Everyone who has ever met Red Holzman loves him. He's a real, true gentleman.
And a great sense of humor.
Oh, terrific.
They are the banners of the 2 world championships. When Red Holzman was named coach, they said, who is this guy? Well, he was a scout with the organization, so he didn't have a name then. But believe me, around the NBA now, Red Holzman has tremendous meaning. Just ask that guy, Phil Jackson.
Yeah, well, it's very meaningful to all of the players who played on those championship teams and who were touched by Red Holzman's total character. Red is the true company man. I mean, once he came to this building,
whatever they wanted him to do.
That's absolutely right. He was general manager. He was coach of the team. He was president. He was scout. He was an advisor to every guy who ever coached here, and he never pushed himself on you. He would come to practice and just sit there. If you approached him, he would always give you a lot of advice.
Knicks with Houston, Johnson, Oakley, Dudley, and Ward. And there is Larry Johnson backing in against Burrell, and Burrell gets the ball away. So all of that, and the Knicks get a turnover. So Scott Burrell, as you mentioned, his defensive exploits, he's in there along with Michael Jordan, Ron Harper, Luke Longley, and Dennis Rodman. Facing the double team, Jordan got it to Harper, 6 on the shot clock. Longley inside against Dudley, playing with 3 personals. And once again, Dudley does the job defensively. And they're going to call the loose ball foul. Let's see if it's on Rodman. It's on Charles Oakley. Oakley with the 3rd personal foul.
That was excellent defense by Chris Dudley on Luke Longley, because Longley usually can shoot up over the top of you. Now you see the value of a Chris Dudley. Because, like we said earlier, that's his third block. The rebounding is there, but he gets the non-call from the official for body contact.
And he's made all 3 blocks after he picked up 3 fouls. Knocked out of bounds with 13 seconds on the clock. It is still Chicago ball. So Jeff Van Gundy, after Dudley picked up 3, decided to stick with Dudley, and Dudley is not disappointed. 3 block shots, tough ones, and has not picked up a foul. Longley with an air ball. And the Knicks with the ball and a 4-point lead, and Allen Houston gets hit by Michael Jordan with the elbow. That'll be Jordan's second.
Well, that was a good foul, mainly because Houston was going to blow right by Michael and get in for an uncontested layup. Right now, for the Knicks, Larry Johnson has got to come to life here now. You can't go 2 for 5 at halftime when they need you to score big points inside, and especially Scott Burrell cannot guard you down inside.
Charlie Ward trying to split the defenses. And now the Bulls coming back. Ron Harper now picked up by Ward. Knicks lead 46-42, and going back door was Michael Jordan with the layup. 17 for Jordan, and Jeff Van Gundy calls a quick timeout.
Yeah, I like that timeout right now because they used a screen on Houston, and he lost contact with Michael Jordan. You cannot lose contact with him. Just keep an eye to the right of your screen. See, there's going to be a back screen, and Michael goes through, and you see the distance between Houston and Michael. With Michael, you got to keep the forearm on him. I know it sounds easy, but you got to bang him. Anytime people set back screens, the guy who's defending the back screener also must help you by getting a piece of that guy as he runs by you.
Kind of warned us, Michael Jordan only 5 of 12 in the first half, and the Knicks with a 4-point lead, and you know he's not going to stay at that percentage for long.
Dick, you know, the main thing here, we see John Starks keeping warm over here with that hamstring. But Michael Jordan, if he shoots under 50%, it puts a strain on this team. Even when Kukoc is here. Now you take Kukoc out of there, Michael has got to shoot over 50, and the bench guys have got to come in and make a big difference if they're going to win here.
Loose ball, and Jordan covers up with it and gets it away, but Harper lost it.
Oh, boy. Look at this.
No one can get possession of this basketball. This is a comedy of errors that way. Here is Burrell, and he is fouled by Larry Johnson, and the Bulls end up with a chance for 2.
Yeah, see, that's great basketball. That's really a heady play.
By Rodman.
That's right. Good move. They pick it up out of that scrum at the Dick Knicks offensive end of the floor, and then as they advance the ball, by Rodman getting it up ahead, and then an attack. That was just a great attack of the rim by Burrell.
So Scott Burrell on the free throw line, and the Bulls struggling from the free throw line. 8 of 12. Right now, let's go to Brian Burwell.
Thank you, Dick. 2 reports right now. We have in the tunnel right here, we have John Starks working on the stationary bike. And Dennis Rodman, by the way, was giving the Knick bench a good hard time on that last foul by Oakley. He just told everybody, how can I be throwing him down? He weighs 280 pounds. I can't hold him. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brian. 2 minutes gone by. In the third quarter, the Knick lead is 1. They led by 2 after 1 quarter, 4 at the half, and their lead has been cut to 1. And Jordan is 6 of 14 from the field. Here is 2 seconds to go. Oakley fires it up and hits. Charles Oakley now in double figures with 10, the second Knick to get to that point. 48-45 in favor of New York. Longley leaving it for Jordan. Jordan from the baseline hits.
Wow.
19 for Michael Jordan with a defender in his face.
The reason that was a wow was the defender, and also he was behind the backboard at a bad angle, and he had to shoot around the side of the board.
And the Knicks turn it over. Jordan coming back, and look how fast the Chicago Bulls can attack, and Jeff Van Gundy will call a second timeout in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter, and the Bulls have taken the lead 49-48.
Now this is bad offensive play by the Knicks with the turnovers, and then the quickness of the Bulls. Now you can see right here, that's an angle shot. He let it go up over the top of the board. He knocks it in. At the other end, they fall asleep again.
What if it were me? What if things were different? If I weren't healthy? Or if I never got the opportunity? What if my mother didn't teach me to take time and give back? These are the things I ask myself. The things that help me keep it real. Volunteer to improve your community. Team up.
Only one full-size pickup delivers the strong, even release of power that comes from having a flat torque curve. Sierra by GMC. Sierra gives you the style to stand apart from the herd and the smooth, steady power it takes to leave it behind. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Dutch Boy Paints. Give your home the lasting look of Dutch Boy. By GMC, putting you comfortably in command. And by Nike.
Hot ticket tonight, and Elle McPherson with her NBA on TNT t-shirt. The Baldwin brothers.
That's Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick, yeah, next to one of the Baldwin brothers.
Been in a few plays.
Yes, he has. Timothy Hutton. Off the screen is Houston. Dudley wasn't ready for that one. No basket and traveling called as Chris Dudley not ready for that pass from Allen Houston.
You know why I feel bad? I went to school with Timothy Hutton's dad, Jim Hutton, the movie star.
Oh, yeah.
And Tim Hutton has season tickets here for the Knicks. And in my 5 years of coaching here, he was at
where the boys are.
Oh, I'm telling you. He and quite a few others who are regulars have been in the Garden for over 20 years with their season tickets.
Ron Harper inside the arc, and Dudley the rebound. Bulls lead by 1, 49-48. Oakley going strong to the basket, lays it in. Charles Oakley coming up big tonight. Has 12 points on 5 for 6 shooting. Knicks regaining the lead. Burrell looking inside, and they're going to call the Bulls with the offensive foul. Ron Harper, his first.
Yeah, they didn't like the way that he was posting up on Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward was defending him from the rear, but Harper kept moving him out. Just watch it here. See, Charlie's trying to get over the top, and they're saying that Harper moved him out. Now, for all the contact that we've had tonight, that was a minor foul to be called.
Nearly 4 minutes have elapsed here in this third quarter. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, Brian Burwell, as the Chicago Bulls trying to improve on a 6-10 road record. Larry Johnson driving across the lane draws the foul.
You notice something tonight about his game? It's kind of interesting. He never goes straight up. As he comes into the lane, he jumps out and almost is parallel to the floor on his release, rather than get down in there, give you an up and under, give you a drop step, or give you an elevation in your face. It's always a fade.
Michael Jordan with 3 personal fouls. And the Knicks leading 51-49. Jordan has 21 points tonight. The Knicks perfect from the free throw line thus far. And remain so at 11 for 11. So the Knicks up by 3. 1 point, they had a 9-point lead. 4 at the half. The Bulls regained the lead, only to see the Knicks come back. They steadied the ship somewhat here in the third.
Yeah, well, Jeff Van Gundy called 2 quick timeouts, the 20 and the regular, and that kind of stemmed the tide here a little bit.
Houston committing the foul, and that will be 4 on Allen Houston. And I'd have to say that at least 2 of them were of the unnecessary variety. And Houston's going to come out. John Starks will replace him.
Now, this is a key thing for the Knicks right now. Starks has got to come into the game and realize that he does not have to force anything. See, when Michael gives you that step, you've got to drop back. You cannot stay up on top. You're better off if he makes the jump shot rather than you picking up a foul. Now, remember, Starks in that first half, 0 for 3.
Bulls call a timeout this time.
Get the latest scores and highlights from CNN Sports Illustrated nightly.
With formidable strength and a distinctly individual style, this Sierra is the most powerful half-ton truck in GMC's history. Sierra gives you the style to stand apart from the herd and the power to pull it. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
This month, journey to the stars and back with these 6 out-of-this-world films playing on DirecTV. She knows there's something out there.
We are not Ramon.
Now Jodie Foster must risk it all to make contact. Wherever evil lurks, whenever villains strike, he is there. And this time, he's got company. Partners. Batman and Robin. There's no flying the friendly skies with these guys.
What are you gonna do? What do you think I'm gonna do?
Con Air. Meet a guy who's really swinging. George of the Jungle. John Travolta and Nicolas Cage get it on because they just don't get along.
Let's just kill each other.
Face Off. It's one of the biggest films of the year.
Don't move!
The Lost World. The blockbuster movies, the big entertainment. Catch it all on the little dish this month on DirecTV.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Let's update the Wizards and the Hawks playing at Georgia Tech tonight. Steve Smith quiet in the second half. Had not scored a basket until right here on the feed from Christian Laettner. Up and over the blue shirts. The Atlanta Hawks late in that game clinging to a lead, 76-75 with a minute to play. We'll keep you up to speed on that one. Tomorrow night at 8 on TNT, Bruce Boxleitner stars in Babylon 5, In the Beginning. Tomorrow at 8 on TNT. And then Sunday night at 8, Dustin Hoffman and Academy Award winner Jessica Lange star in Tootsie, a story of a guy who sometimes dresses as a woman. Speaking of that, what's Dennis Rodman up to, guys?
Well, he's going for a loose ball. Michael Jordan misses a shot and out of bounds. It'll be Knicks ball with 7:39 remaining. So, Ernie, thank you for that double promo and the scoring update. You have earned your keep for a week in that last break. I could have used another promo, though. What about you?
Well, right now, you know, when we look at the Knicks going into the offensive end of the floor, John Starks comes off the bench. He's 0 for 3. He has to stay within what the team is doing. Lay away from the long bombs. Get yourself involved. Get in the drives. Get out on the open floor. But just don't force anything right here because you've regained your composure as a team and you're 3 up.
Starks yet to score, as Hubie mentioned, coming in averaging 14.5 a game. And with Ewing out of action the rest of the year right now, the Knicks leading scorer. Tipped away by Ron Harper with Burrell. And Harper blocked. And a save, and out of bounds was Burrell, so it is still going to be Chicago ball, I believe.
Oh, man, Chris Dudley just did the unforgivable. You never go for a ball out of bounds under your opponent's offensive basket and throw it back in under the basket because he threw the ball right to a Chicago player.
Steve Kerr will check in, and Ron Harper leaves the game.
Now, watch the trap. See, they've been trapping all the screen and rolls, and this is a great defensive move by Harper. Now, watch as it comes down in here right now. They take it to the rim strong. Now, watch Dudley. See, he throws the ball. No, you never do that. Never.
You'll have to tell him that. Burrell from Longley only went to Yale, and I'm sure he was well schooled at that New Haven institution.
You know, there's a big difference between academic IQ and athletic IQ, and don't you ever forget that.
No, I don't. Okay. That's why my school, Syracuse, had a lot of people with a high athletic IQ.
Yeah, sure.
Starks guarded by Jordan, picked up by Longley on the switch. But force, you're right. Starks forced it up. Here's Jordan. He's got Charlie Ward back.
Oh,
and a great play as Burrell, and that is a picture play Michael Jordan with the pass, and Burrell with the reverse layup, and the Bulls take a 53-52 lead. 13 lead changes today, and traveling is the call, and the Bulls will get it back, and the Knicks have to be very careful not to unravel at this point.
Now see, right there, Michael just saw a little breath of fresh air, and as they took it away, he makes the pass to Burrell. At the other end, Charlie Ward made up his mind what he was going to do with the ball, 10 feet out and 3 dribbles away. You cannot do that when you get into painted area.
Knicks have turned it over 6 times here in the third quarter. Here is Longley, and he traveled.
Good call.
Jimmy Clark right on it, so the ball turned over towards the New York Knicks. And for the Knicks, they've got to keep steady. Chris Mills, who scored 7 points off the bench in the first half, has come in for Chris Dudley. So the Knicks now going small, and Jeff Van Gundy said this has worked for them. They've got Johnson, Mills, Starks, Ward, and Oakley in there.
Well, it works against a lot of non-playoff teams. Now, they'll be tested here tonight.
Starks going in and is blocked by Rodman out of bounds. Last touched by Chicago.
Dick, you made a major point. 6 New York turnovers this quarter. At the half, both teams only had 4 each. A beautiful, well-played half.
And the Knicks have to make sure that they keep their composure if they're going to challenge the Bulls down the stretch. 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. The Bulls by 1, and Burrell with a hard foul, and probably not meaning to hit Ward as hard as he did.
Well, it's an excellent head fake by Charlie Ward, and he did it deliberately to get Burrell in the air so he'd get the 2 foul shots. Now just watch. See, he steps right in and takes the contact.
Charlie Ward going to the free throw line. The Knicks, who are playing their 8th game without Patrick Ewing. They have won 4 and lost 3. They have not been able to put back-to-back wins together. And the Knicks, who were thinking championship early in the season, now are going to be faced with survival almost every night out without Patrick Ewing, and are hoping to just get into the playoffs the way things are looking.
Well, I like Dennis Rodman's statement today in the paper. The Knicks are all about hype. The Knicks are all hype, and they don't back it up on the court. For the previous years, this year with Patrick Ewing, and now without Patrick Ewing.
Right. Knicks by 1 as they regain the lead with 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Steve Kerr nowhere to go with it. Longley hopping from outside. Normally that's Longley's favorite place to shoot.
Yeah, he's rushing, and you can see he's not squaring up to the basket on his release.
Oakley is open, and Jeff Van Gundy will tell you Oak has got to hit that open shot.
Well, in the first half, he had an excellent first half. We're just hoping that he'll get it going.
Oakley causes a turnover into the hands of Chris Mills. 4 on 3 or 5 on 3, and a foul, offensive foul, is the call against Steve Kerr.
Oh, now they call offensive foul on Charlie Ward.
And on Charlie Ward, excuse me.
Yeah, the people are not happy with that, mainly because if you're sitting up high, you saw that they just had a 4 on 3, and what you hate to do is see guys make bad decisions. That was an excellent call.
They're on the defensive end, so it was Ward with the offensive foul with 5 minutes remaining here in the third. Michael Jordan,
yes.
Spectacular reverse layup. He's got 23.
Hey, Michael's done 5 things tonight that have just been outstanding.
And not all of them shooting. Here's Larry Johnson, and he is short with the 3-point attempt.
Right now, Knicks have got to be very careful. They've got to get back to establishing the inside game, whether it's post up or slashing to the basket.
Longley with an air ball from about 5 feet away as Johnson and Rodman get tangled coming up court. Here is Oakley outside, and he misses his 2nd in a row. So Charles Oakley, as Hubie mentioned, solid offensively in the first half, growing cold here in the third. 4:10 to go, and knocked away by Oakley. Out of bounds, Chicago ball, and they've got 12 seconds to attempt a shot.
We're going to give you Michael Jordan going to the baseline. Now just keep an eye as he tiptoes along the line, and as he comes up right there, plays the glass beautifully.
Chris Childs and Buck Williams coming in, Hubie. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, Dick. That was my fault. Just the way he tiptoed along the line without stepping out of bounds was beautiful to watch.
Jordan over Childs. He timed his leap. Michael Jordan with 25 points, 10 of them here in the third. Starks going up, and John Starks 0 for 6 from the field. He has not been able to make a basket. And he is courageous in the sense playing with the strained hamstring, but he has not aided the Knicks offense at all. He's 0 for 6. The Knicks trail the Bulls by 3. Lonely with a hook shot, and it's a 5-point game. And the Bulls establishing themselves here in the third.
It's a critical period right now because the Knicks have gone absolutely haywire. Nothing in the painted area. Chicago staying with their offense. Longley shooting over Oakley and Michael shooting over Childs.
And the biggest lead for the Bulls as Mills will get the basket and the foul. Big basket by Chris Mills, and it couldn't come at a better time.
Now a nice move by Longley. Just watch as he fakes his hand off now. He comes right back. See, he gets into a rhythm here. See, that's just a nice smooth move. He's had 3 other opportunities. He's left them short. This is a strong move by Chris Mills, and you just like the fact that tonight we have seen him go to the paint.
Long time coming for the Knicks. 9 points in 15 minutes on 4 for 6 shooting. And Mills now in double figures. Michael Jordan going to the bench. He has scored 10 in this quarter, 25 in the game. And there's the shooting story. Chicago at 50%, the Knicks down to 30. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Knicks have got to take advantage of this mismatch that they have out here right now.
Rodman finds Longley. Longley gave up the shot. Now Rodman inside. And a 3-second violation called against the Bulls.
Now Rodman's upset. He should be, because Charles Oakley was manhandling Rodman. But we all know that at the other end, it's going at both ends of the floor right now.
And Longley trying to keep Rodman away.
Yeah, you don't need it, Dennis. You got to stay in this game.
Javi.
That's right. Got to stay in the game.
Technical foul has been called on Dennis Rodman. One more and he's history. Chris Childs to attempt the technical, and he makes good.
Well, Jimmy Rogers and the coaching staff over at Chicago very upset with the play. Now you can see there's going to be plenty of contact with these two guys all night long. You see there's Oakley holding on to Rodman, and then he even catches him as the ball goes off Rodman. Now Rodman wanted a foul in that situation. Now normally if you said that's the first contact between these two guys, you'd say sure it should be a foul. But that's been going on all night.
Whole game. 2:39 to go. Mills misses out of bounds. Last touch by Bushler. And the Knicks have the ball. They were trailing by 5 a few moments ago. They've cut the Bulls' lead down to 1.
The Knicks have got to regroup here right now and take advantage of second unit. And the Knicks still have some starters out there.
Starks for 3, and that's his first basket of the ball game. John Starks gives the Knicks a 2-point lead. So John Starks in for Allen Houston, who's on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Longley goes inside to Ron Harper, and it's tipped in.
Watch out, Harper might be hurt. Yes, he is. I think he took a blow either in the chest or in the lower back.
Had the wind knocked out of him. We'll check. He's still down. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Oakley on Mills is missed. There's Ron Harper, and he's holding on to his back. I don't know why they don't blow the whistle. Harper is writhing on the floor.
Well, Chicago, I mean, it's about time that their bench reacted and called a 20-second timeout. I mean, they just sat there, allowed the score happen. If they would have fouled, they could have stopped the clock. Now, a lot of times what you'll do is you'll foul in that situation. But if they did foul, that would have been the penalty. But as soon as that ball went through the basket, they could have used the 20-second because Harper never left that end of the floor. Now watch this drop off. Let's see where he gets hurt. Now as he goes up, you're going to see he scores. Oh, but when he hit the floor. Yeah, when he hit the floor. Has to be his lower back. You can see he comes down. It's a beautiful pass by Longley up over the top of Buck Williams. Now just watch as he goes up. Oh, yes. Hit hard. Lower back. Good drop off. Good look by Longley, and a terrific finish by Harper.
Bulls already playing without Tony Kukoc out with the flu. Scottie Pippen, who's expected to return from the foot surgery, missed all year in about a week and a half. And now Ron Harper with a back problem. He's still being tended to, and the Bulls are going to call now a full timeout. 1:48 remain in the third quarter.
With formidable strength, a distinctly individual style, and the strongest V8 in its class, this is the most powerful Sierra in GMC's history. Sierra gives you the style to stand apart from the herd, and the power to pull it. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
Excuse me. Got this new shoe, Rain Man 2, 3D Ultralight. Mind if we try them on you? Sure. It's a go. How's it feel?
Great cushioning. Extremely light.
Super light. Go! How'd it feel, Sean?
Oh, it felt great.
All right, thanks for your help.
Ron Harper with a smile on his face, shaken up. Let's get a report from Brian Burwell.
Thank you, Dick. Ron Harper had a bruised back before, and when he fell down, he fell right on the same spot that he had injured before. But as you said, he's smiling, he's laughing and joking with everybody, and it seems like he's a little stiff right now, and I'll try to find out the status about whether he'll be playing again. Back to you now.
Ron Harper gingerly walking along the bench.
Now, the Chicago Bulls only have 4 guys in double figures. Jordan, Kukoc, Longley, and Harper. Now you lose Harper out of this, all of a sudden now you have lost 2 guys tonight. Kukoc before the game, Harper during the game, and naturally we know Pippen is not here. So that now the pressure is on Jordan and Longley to step up big, and Steve Kerr to hit the open jump shots.
Knicks by 2 with 1:43 remaining here in the third quarter. The Knicks have outscored the Bulls bench 20-7, but Michael Jordan now with 27 points, 12 coming here in this third quarter.
That was a great screen by Judd Bushler on that split series. He screened Michael Jordan's man, would not allow him over the top, opened up Jordan for that jump shot.
And Luke Longley with 6 assists in the game, doing a fine job as a passer from the pivot position.
Good call.
They can foul. And that'll be the, let's see, maybe the 5th, and it is a 15 foul against the Bulls. So the Knicks will be on the free throw line.
Yeah, they set a nice screen to the right side of the lane for Starks, and Kerr followed. Anytime that you follow a guy coming over a screen that high, Starks was naturally going to be ahead. Kerr grabbed him.
Second foul on Kerr, and John Starks going to the free throw line. Don't forget, this is the first of a big doubleheader tonight on TNT. The Spurs and the Suns coming up next Tuesday night. A great matchup as the Seattle Sonics against these Bulls. Tuesday at 8 o'clock, and TBS next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. The Spurs against the Washington Wizards, who went down to defeat to the Atlanta Hawks tonight, 82-77. Ron Harper trying to get his back feeling a little more comfortable, hopes to get back in.
Now how about Seattle? They went into Boston tonight playing a hot team, beat Boston this evening by 19, come in here Sunday night to play the Knicks, and then the big game in Tuesday on Chicago.
They won 8 in a row.
Oh, they're playing great basketball.
Especially on the road.
Yeah, and they've made some nice pickups, and they're playing with Perkins and Ellis coming off the bench, and Anthony. They've really got a nice club.
Luke Longley from Steve Kerr, and Longley in double figures with 11. Jordan with 27 leads the parade. Longley with 11. Burrell with 10 are the three Bulls in double figures. We're tied at 65 with under a minute to go in the third quarter, and this game is delivered as promised in the great battle between two bitter rivals in the NBA. Loose ball picked up by Michael Jordan, and the Bulls, the Knicks turning it over, not protecting the ball well at all here in the third. Jordan hits a three, his first of the game. He's got 30 points, and the Bulls are up by 3.
You know, because of that finger that he dislocated on his shooting hand, one of your 3 fingers that, besides your shot release, he has only attempted 44 threes coming into this game.
Childs with a nifty layup cuts the lead to 1 with 30.9 on the clock. But Michael Jordan playing with that injured finger, which affected his arc. A lot of his shots were flat.
Well, he stayed away from, forcing the three-point shot. Now that the line has moved back. The old story, stay within and know your game. Dennis wasn't looking for that.
Jordan tried to get it to Dennis Rodman off his foot. And Jordan looks at Dennis and said, let's go.
Yes, he did. And he's right, except, when you're in that situation, when you throw a straight pass, guys don't see it. If you would have bounced that pass, Dennis could have seen it, caught it, and laid it up.
Last possession of the third quarter. Childs out of control. And they're going to call a jump ball. He was tied up. 3.1 seconds. That's an unusual call.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. If it wasn't, I guess the way he's looking at it is, if that wasn't the call, then they should have called a travel.
Michael Jordan will jump against Chris Childs with 3.1 remaining in the third, and the Bulls leading by 1.
Watch Chicago sending someone long here right now.
We'll do it again. Re-jump.
Now just watch as Childs goes in here. See right there, and as he throws it on. Now why that was called a jump ball, I have no idea. If they wanted to call a travel, they could have called a travel.
He certainly wasn't tied up. And they're going to jump it again.
See, right now, I'm shocked that the Bulls do not have either Rodman or Longley at the top of the circle. If they had tapped the ball to the top and just released Buechler or Kerr, you could get the tap and then possibly end up with an uncontested shot.
They don't seem to be doing that.
No, they're not.
They're not setting that particular play up.
Now, if I'm Michael Jordan, I'm hot because they don't think I'm going to win the jump.
Childs will get the edge.
Look at this. Can you believe it?
As a matter of fact.
Look at this. It goes the other way.
Three-point basket.
Holy
at the buzzer by John Starks.
Can you believe that?
Childs who won the tip over Michael Jordan after all.
Well, I tell you what happens on this jump. You see, on the jump, Michael got bumped out, and this just opened up that ball to be won by Childs. I mean, now that's a total upset. Big-time upset.
Starks
and a stunned coach.
Yeah, second three-point basket, and the Knicks will take a 2-point lead into what should be a sizzling fourth quarter.
Let me make this simple. With the AT&T One Rate plan, calls from home are one low rate to anybody in America 100% of the time. So of the 24 hours, there is no hour when this rate does not apply. It's the day rate, the night rate, weekdays, weeknight. Let me put it to you this way. The time when this rate is not valid does not exist. Is that clear? Yes. You see, when I apply myself?
No games. The AT&T One Rate plan.
So, he really plays in them?
Yeah, Mark Brunell in the Nike Air Marauder.
Almost took him all the way last year.
A scrambler like him needs some real traction to make the plays he does.
Kerry Collins has the same shoes too, right?
You bet. He took him right past San Fran and through cowboy country. Incoming.
Nobody gets you closer to the game than Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Been to some nice places.
Yes, I have. Singapore is terrific. That's Prime Minister something. See that?
Scary.
Fatima, big star. 52 countries in 2 years.
This new software I've installed, it's gonna save your life. It's called Lotus Notes. Lets you collaborate on projects all over the world. You never have to leave the office. It's gonna be great to have you around.
From the
most prescribed name in the history of pain relief comes non-prescription Motrin IB. Motrin, spoken here, 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 and here. Nothing speaks to pain better than the prescription-proven power of the medicine in Motrin IB. Motrin, spoken here.
Start of the fourth quarter, Phil Jackson of the Bulls has been hit with a technical over this jump ball.
Yeah, he has a right to be, because as the ball goes up in the air, watch Chris Childs step in and knock Michael right off. Now see this? See, this is why the Bulls are all upset. He knocks Michael out of there so that he's able to tap the ball back. So the Bulls coaching staff say, one, they should have had a travel on him in the lane, and then number two, he gets away with that action on the jump, and it cost them a three-point play, then a technical foul. That entire sequence was 4 points.
And that's what the lead will be, 3 points for the Knicks as we start the fourth quarter.
All right, at the end of three, Chicago shooting 48, New York 46. Offensive rebounding, Chicago 2 offensive rebounds, New York 5. But the turnovers, 8 by New York in the third quarter, is what holding them back from opening up a big lead.
John Starks, 8 points in the third quarter, but Michael Jordan is still hot. He has 32 points in the game, 8 of 10 from the field. And he scored 15 of those points in the third quarter as the Bulls trail the Knicks 71-70. Knicks trying to win 2 in a row for the first time since they lost Patrick Ewing for the season in late December with that wrist injury. Chris Childs finds an opening, tipped away out of bounds, and it's last touched by the Bulls.
At both ends of the floor, Chicago and New York are trapping the screen and roll. At the other end, Michael Jordan read that screen and roll, stepped up in between it, and knocked in a long jumper. At this end, they pushed the player to the baseline.
Childs misses for 3, and Jordan the rebound. The Bulls with Jordan and Kerr, with Rodman, Jason Caffey, and Randy Brown in there. So Jordan is playing the small forward position for the Bulls right now. Starks won't let Kerr get the shot off. Great cut by Jordan, and he hits again. Michael Jordan sizzling now. 34 points in the game, and the shooting of 9 of 11 in this half alone.
Yeah, he's just making it look so easy. Childs is all over him coming off of these screens. But Dick, when he elevates and he leans back, there is nothing you can do.
Starks trying to drive, knocked away, and it'll be Knicks ball with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Let's take a look at what Michael Jordan has done. He has scored 35 points a game in the last 7, and that's 34 tonight as well.
And you can see the main big issue is the increased shooting. He's shooting over 52% in his last 7 games.
Loose ball foul as Allen Houston into the game, playing with 4 fouls, and the foul against the New York Knicks. And that'll be on Charles Oakley. And that'll be 4 on Oakley. So Oakley and Allen Houston each with 4 personal fouls.
Now this is a key move right now. Now Van Gundy, you know, he's leaving him in the game. Now this is risky right now if he picks up his 5th. But he's matched up with Rodman, and he's just saying to himself, hey, I don't have anybody else that can keep Rodman off the offensive glass.
Here's Jordan again, and a rare miss in the second half. 9 of 12 shooting for Michael Jordan in the second half. Bulls lead by 1. Allen Houston defended by Jordan. Question for the Knicks, where are they going to get their points from? Starks driving, and it would have counted had it gone.
You look at the group that's on the floor for the Knicks. Now you know yourself that they can score with this group with Larry Johnson in the post. You also know that you have good continuity here because you have Childs, Starks, and Houston in the game. But when they catch, they've got to slash. By slashing, we mean take it strong into the paint. If you can go all the way, go all the way. If not, then your kick out to the perimeter game opens up.
Spurs and Suns coming up next on TNT. Both teams playing with 3 guards in their lineup, so both teams playing small, which emphasize the quickness aspect.
Well, without Tony Kukoc, Michael Jordan must move up to that small forward position. Then you take Ron Harper out of the game. You got to keep Michael up in there. And Phil's trying to buy time here with Brown and Kerr. At the other end, the Knicks, they play like this all the time anyway, by moving Allen Houston up front to the small forward position.
Ron Harper, in case you missed it, injured his back and has not come back. The Knicks 20 of 20 from the free throw line, and they lead it 73-72 with 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Jordan turnaround, and he's got it. He's never even looked as he crashes in inadvertently to Jeff Van Gundy. Michael Jordan with 36 points on 10 of 13 shooting in the second half.
It's just beautiful to watch.
Great display by Michael Jordan. And Starks out of control. Trips.
Watch it. Watch out. Watch out.
And Rodman had to show restraint there, and he did, as he was tripped by John Starks.
Oh, I can't believe this. They're giving him a 2-shot foul here. They're giving him a kicking foul. Now, I'll tell you what.
Flagrant foul on John Starks, and I think that's a good call.
Yeah, because when Starks hit the floor, he went down, he thought he was fouled. And then it just happened to be, now just watch now, as he goes down, now you're going to see Rodman come in to get the rebound, and as he goes, see there it is right there. That's deliberate. That's a very good call by Jimmy Clark. Very good call.
And Dennis Rodman used restraint and not going after, because in the past he might have gone after.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Dick. I agree with you 100%. And now Dennis has got to make it.
Now that's not his forte. He is a 43% free throw shooter. And Michael Jordan going over to Dennis Rodman. Here's that trip again.
Now just watch. Here it is right there. See, he trips and then he locks the one leg.
And Rodman missed them both. Michael Jordan is upset with Dennis Rodman. He wanted him to concentrate more at the free throw line and told him so.
Yeah, well, you know, Dick, we're in a 74-73 point game, and Dennis is allowing the crowd to get a little, you know, he's working at one end of the floor right now because he continues to run to the baseline and he's yelling at the people.
2.5 gone by here in the fourth quarter. This game has delivered what was promised. Jordan in and out, and the rebound by Oakley. Gets it up ahead to Houston. No-look pass inside the Mills.
Oh, yes, hey, you got to give him a hand on that.
That was a great clinic up court by the Knicks. And a delay of game call against the Knicks.
Yeah, that's a good call. You know, I'll tell you, these refs are staying right on top of this game because this is a volatile game.
Yes, it is.
And that was an incredible pass by Oakley and a great pass by Houston.
We have had 21 lead changes in the game. The Knicks up by 1 right now. Here is Caffey, guarded by Houston. 7 on the shot clock. Randy Brown, he won't get the shot off. Jordan, and he was forced. That was one of the rare forces by Michael Jordan.
Now, how about Van Gundy's gamble with Oakley right now? Is this working out for him?
All of his gambles tonight have worked, including keeping Dudley in the game, when he picked up 3 fouls and then delivered with 3 blocks.
Way short.
Mills. And the big question for the Knicks is, can they keep their composure down the stretch of this game?
Everyone wanted to travel there when he came to that jump stop. See, this guy is totally under control. This guy, number 23.
And I think the whole Bulls team is. They've been there before. And Randy Brown gets tangled up, and they're going to call this on Dennis Rodman, his 4th. 4 on Rodman.
Now here's Oakley. Now just watch Oakley throw this pass as he's going backwards.
Thread the needle.
Pinpoints, right? And Houston picking out Mills. Beautiful execution by 2 great passers looking up the floor.
Rapid fire offense by the Knicks.
Now this is the guy that's got to answer Jordan.
Against Rodman. Larry Johnson with an air ball, but it's kept alive by Chris Mills, and he lays it in. Mills gets the roll, and the Knicks lead by 3.
And Larry Johnson has got to step up here, Dick. You can't be throwing that fadeaway stuff. You're in a barn burner with a great team, and you have got to establish low post strength.
Here's Randy Brown on the dart around. Offensive foul called against Randy Brown.
Our man Oakley. Is he doing it tonight?
Yes, he is.
Come on, he took that charge. That's the Oakley we love, all right? So just watch as he comes into your picture from the left side. See, he just stepped up on a great rotation. You know Oak's got his game when he's taking the charges.
Ron Harper has come back in the game. He injured his back. And now is back in there, although he does not look very comfortable right now.
No, you're coaching right now. You isolate Houston. Take him one-on-one off the dribble. Take him to the basket because you're shooting the... No, you want to get fouls on him.
Childs, Houston open.
Nice.
And Allen Houston, 17 points, and the Knicks have opened up a 5-point lead. Timeout, Bulls.
Somewhere, a few miles from a trailhead, there is an owl who has been waiting his whole life to visit you at 3 in the morning and hoot. Humor him. The 1998 Isuzu Trooper, now with an advanced torque-on-demand traction system to help you discover a world that is large and is waiting.
Doing it all tonight. Let me tell you, no stopping Mr. Hill.
The two, the fall away, got some iron, no net, rebound, Grant Hill. Grant Hill with a double clutch. Yes, on a foul. Hill focused on the rim there. Wow, Pistons by 50.
Come along, join the biggest stars as they soar into the night.
We hit the stage to watch the NBA play. On the front floor play. I love this game.
I love this game.
I love this game.
Sonics Bulls, Tuesday night at 8. The NBA's on TNT.
And here is tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. And the Knicks have proved assertive in the middle tonight as they've outscored the Bulls 36-28. And the rebounding story, Dennis Rodman held to only 7, UB.
Yeah, and they still only have 2 offensive rebounds. And when you look at the Knicks Dutch boy in the paint, it's not from post-up play. It's from slashing off the dribble. And that's something that Jeff Van Gundy has been looking for from his perimeter guys. Consistency off the dribble into the paint, score.
Bulls trail by 5 as we have 5 minutes gone by here in the 4th quarter. Luke Longley is blocked by Charles Oakley, and the Knicks, Allen Houston driving against Michael Jordan, and Longley clears the rebound.
That was a beautiful screen for Longley at the other end of the floor, and Luke should have put that one down.
Jordan and Ron Harper hits from the corner. Crowd thought Jordan had traveled, but he just got to his toes. He never really left the floor.
When a player comes in with a back injury or a leg injury, you've got to give the guy that he's guarding a chance to take him one-on-one and exploit that.
And that's what they're doing as Houston gets it to Larry Johnson.
There you go.
And Larry Johnson in double figures. The Knicks have 5 in double figures tonight.
Now, the reason why we say that is as soon as he blew by Harper, Longley had to go help, and that opens up his man.
Longley finds Jordan.
Ooh, might have been the easiest shot of the night. Look out. Look out.
Rodman.
Look out.
Rodman gets pushed by Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson, you got, yeah, they're going to call a T on that. Well, let's see what caused it.
We're going to have another technical.
Our guys in the truck said they have it. Well, they've got it.
I'll go with them.
2 plays before. Here you have Rodman and Larry Johnson's back. Oh, look at this grab right here. So you can see, okay, a little hugging. All right, so Rodman's a little upset. Now at the next play down, you can see, oh, well, you can't do that. Larry Johnson can't do that because that's going to get Rodman to react. Now as Rodman talks to him, then he pushes him off.
Double foul called against Larry Johnson and Dennis Rodman, and a technical against Larry Johnson. So 1 technical foul following the double foul. Dennis Rodman, meanwhile, with 5 personal fouls as a result of that situation, with 5:59 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Now, if you're watching this game for the first time, this is what this guy Rodman does every night. Yeah, I mean, this guy does this this is how he plays every single night.
He was hooked up with Oakley in the first half.
Of course, right, of course. So now it comes to the frustration of the guy that he's doing this to. And you can see Larry Johnson say, hey, I'm just going to hold him and smack him.
And Chris Mills with the short jumper misses. Steve Kerr made the technical. It's an 81-77 Knick lead. 5.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan goes up with it. Basket good and a foul. Jordan with 38 points in the game. And it looks, you got that look in his eye now.
Yeah, I know. He's just doing it, and it's effortless, okay? It's just slow. He calms himself down. He takes a, just watch as he measures this up. And you can see he was bumped that time. And the big thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to put him into a three-point situation. If he beats you, okay, he beats you. If he elevates, don't foul him on the jump. But more important, if you're going to bump him so he travels and he doesn't get the shot off.
And a timeout called by the Knicks. Their lead is cut to 1, and Michael Jordan has 39.
What would you call a guy who came up and tapped you on the shoulder and asked you to step outside? Well, if you'd had a few too many at the party, and the same guy asked for your car keys and got you home safely, you ought to call him your best friend. He'd sure be a friend of mine.
DirecTV is proud to unveil C, the magazine for satellite TV. Call 1-800-496-8273 and have your DirecTV account number ready.
Want to see E? Get C.
You'll get sports and movie schedules and the inside scoop on what's happening in the world of entertainment.
To find AMC, look in C.
Just call 1-800-496-8273. DirecTV brings you the best in television entertainment. Now get the best DSS guide on the market, complete with USSB listings. Filled with exciting celebrity profiles and engaging articles, C will open your eyes.
Where are we?
Look in C.
Order now. Call 1-800-496-8273 and get your first issue free. Then it's just $3.95 a month. That's $1 off the cover price. And it's conveniently billed to your monthly DirecTV statement.
Look and see.
C from DirecTV, your insight into the world of entertainment.
81-80, the Knicks lead the Bulls with 5:30 remaining. Michael Jordan with 39 points. His best nights here, 55 back in 95, and then 50 points on November of 86. And you remember that one?
Oh, I sure do. And he backed it up by another 51 as the clock is going down. You see it on the highlight of all the Knicks games, of all of the NBA highlight films, running into the corner, shooting with 3 Knicks hanging on him. The ball goes in. They win the game at the buzzer, and he falls into the Knicks bench.
I remember when he scored.
Unfortunately, I was the guy.
I know that. I know. I remember when he scored. I covered the game. He scored 63 in the playoffs against the Celtics, but that was in a different garden.
Yeah.
Larry Johnson spinning his way in. The basket counts.
Nice.
And if it's on Rodman, he's gone.
That's right. Now, right now, Oakley does not need a technical.
Rodman is fouled out.
Right. Now, Rodman knows that he fouled out. He definitely fouled him. And what happens is Oakley pops him in the back. He pops Rodman in the back. See, right now, you don't need a technical.
Jordan wants to get Rodman away.
Yeah.
But Rodman, his history is that he won't fight.
No, he just talks and he aggravates you and he says a lot of things to you. And what you have to do is you got to step back. But because of the heat of the battle and because of all of the blows that have been delivered between these two guys all night tonight, sometimes you just can't handle it, okay? So you go after it.
2 points, only 7 rebounds in 39 minutes. So with all of the entanglements that he was involved today, you've got to credit the New York Knicks for nullifying Dennis Rodman off the boards tonight.
Now just watch as Larry comes back. See, that's the drop step, come back strong. And that's what we said. He's not been doing that tonight. He's been fading away. And when you do that, you put the defender at such a disadvantage.
The Knicks lead now 84-80. Dennis Rodman is fouled out. Tony Kukoc didn't play tonight. Ron Harper was out with a back injury. Scottie Pippen won't come back for another week. The Bulls shorthanded, to say the least. So they're going to leave it in the hands of number 23. And Jordan is fouled with 5:04 on the clock. Larry Johnson, committing his 4th personal foul, will send Jordan to the line.
See, once again, the Knicks jump out and trap Michael on the screen. Now you're going to see they come up in here. Luke Longley's going to set it up. Now watch how the Knicks jump out there. Michael splits them again. Now this is at least the 4th time from this side of the floor that he's done this.
Scott Burrell will come into the game. Judd Bushler briefly in, goes out. Jordan, in 39 minutes, has scored 40 points. He is 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and not many more areas where you're going to get offense from the Chicago Bulls tonight.
No, but what happens is as
rebounds.
Yeah, as you double and triple team him, though, he will make the pass to somebody else and make it an effective attack. So right now for the Knicks, take care of the basketball, understand your strengths, no turnovers, high percentage shots.
And with all that, the Bulls very much in the game, down by only 2 with under 5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Allen Houston, and the rebound by Burrell. The Knicks rushing their shots. No reason for them not to use a lot of that clock.
See, that's okay to do, Dick, with the shot clock going down and you're inside of 6 seconds. But when you have plenty of time on your clock, go to your movement, because that's been your bread and butter all night long.
Kerr out there with Jordan, Burrell, Harper, and Longley. Here's a three-point attempt by Jordan, missed. And the rebound by Charles Oakley. 12 rebounds tonight by Oakley.
Oak has been great. Oak is the guy that stabilized the defensive rebounding and took Rodman right out of this game.
Allen Houston, and he came up big early in the game. Houston shot. Allen Houston now with 19 points, leads 5 double-figure scores for the Knicks, who are up by 4 with under 4 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. The Knicks trying to even the season series with the Bulls at 1-1 and try to win 2 in a row for the first time since they lost their center Patrick Ewing for the season. Ron Harper driving the lane, scoops it up, and it goes. And again, it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, well, that was a very soft defensive play that time by Mills on Harper. Harper didn't even want to go to the basket because it took Mills so long to come through that screen, he decided to step up and go for the finger roll.
Under 3.5 to play, a 2-point Knick lead. Every possession will be meaningful the rest of the way. Here's Allen Houston. And let's see, Oakley backing in. They'll call the foul against Chicago.
Over the back.
And it'll be on Luke Longley, his 3rd personal foul.
Allen Houston has got to look at this, Dick, and say, anytime that I take Harper off the dribble and I go to the basket, I'm scoring. So why should I settle for a long jump shot, especially with 16, 18 seconds on the clock? And he's done that 2 out of the last 3 times down the floor.
Bulls with 3 team fouls, and the Knicks have 4s. 2-point lead. Oakley setting a screen for Houston, loses it out of bounds, and turns it over to the Bulls. So the Chicago Bulls in position to tie the game. The Knicks turned it over 8 times in the 3rd quarter, but this was only their first turnover in the 4th. Under 3 minutes to go, and a foul as Ron Harper will go to the line, and a chance to knot this one up.
Now, Ron Harper is doing this in slow motion. We do not need the slow-mo camera from half court to show Harper off the dribble, because he is just laboring to get to the basket, and for some reason, his last 2 attempts to get to the hole, he scored a layup, and look how slow he's going here right now, and they foul him again.
Larry
Johnson
Johnson
put him on the line
with his 5th foul, Hubie.
Oh, big. Just keep him behind the board.
Harper misses the free throw, so the Bulls' free throw problems coming back to haunt them here as John Starks will replace Chris Mills. Mills with 14 points and 4 rebounds has played very impressively off the bench tonight.
Well, I like what Jeff Van Gundy has to say about Chris Mills, and that is the fact that he can rebound and he can give us some time at the power forward position as we march through the season.
And the lead is won. The Bulls are under 70% free throw shooting tonight. And the Knicks lead by 1. They have the ball with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, half-court execution.
Allen Houston loses the ball to Harper. Twice now, Houston has lost the ball, and Harper lays it in, and the Bulls have regained the lead, 87-86, and the Knicks want a timeout.
And the guy that we were questioning, not you, but I, has scored the last 3 out of 4 times down the floor, Ron Harper, stepping it up. 5 points in the last 1 minute and 2 seconds.
So they wanted to take advantage of Harper's back problems, and the crossover dribble paid off. So it's been Harper over Houston instead of the other way around.
He did a camp, crossover, reverse dribble, lay it up.
DH4 taking the floor here to score. Triple double, no trouble, I got game galore. Watch the turnaround jumper, watch me come like thunder. Is it the shoes you wonder? Grab the bound, dish the pill. Grant Hill coming through, displaying ultimate skills. GH4 owning the paint, leaving you right where you stand. Moving too quick, you're too late. I'm going hard to the rack. Your game's whack. When I attack, stay back, way back. GH4 by Fila, change the game. The game.
When did you last go far from the lights of the blazing electric metropolis and look up? The 1998 Isuzu Trooper, equipped with a new advanced torque-on-demand traction system to go places the power company can't find.
Hundreds of thousands missing. No bodies, no graves, no witnesses.
For centuries, they told us the terror would come from above. What if it came from below?
It's nothing. It's here! It's all around us!
What are we dealing with here? Biologic, chemical, or other?
I'm leaning toward other.
Phantoms, rated R, starts everywhere January 23rd.
Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studio. Bottom right, there's David Robinson getting ready at America West. Game 2 of our doubleheader. The Spurs taking on Jason Kidd and the Suns. Meantime, Reggie Theus's jaw has dropped over the Ron Harper heroics here late in the game in New York. Let's go back to the Garden.
All right, thank you very much, Ernie. 87-86 in favor of the Bulls. The Knicks bring it up with Chris Childs. They've got Allen Houston, John Starks, Charles Oakley, and Larry Johnson. 3 guards in there. Oakley gets it inside to Johnson. Missed the layup, and Longley the rebound. Larry Johnson missed the layup, and the Bulls with a 1-point lead and the ball.
That's why you tell the guys, send it down with 2 hands.
Illegal defense called against the Knicks. That's the first call against either team tonight.
Now at the other end of the floor, the Knicks go with a lob pass over the top. Right here to Oakley, and right here to Larry Johnson. You got to send that one down easy, man. You got to send it with strength.
Michael Jordan with the ball, and 2 men rush at him, leaving Kerr free, trying to rotate. Burrell for 3, and he missed. And the Knicks got what they wanted. They got Burrell taking a long perimeter shot.
Yeah, Knicks got to push every chance they get from now to the end because something good will open up.
Bulls by 1, under 2 minutes to go. The Bulls still have a foul to give. Larry Johnson with 8 on the clock, and now they call an illegal defense against Chicago. So each team has been hit after no calls of that kind the whole game. One in the last 15 seconds.
Jimmy Rogers and Frankie Hanlon, the assistant coach of Chicago, are both up. Phil Jackson is just, he can't believe the call.
1:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Kerr fights through the screen. Starks nowhere to go with it. Now Houston against Longley. Tough to challenge big Luke Longley if you're Allen Houston.
Yeah, right now, a good solid defense by Chicago. Send the dribbler coming off the screen to the baseline. Send them there and then make them shoot over the top of Longley.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Michael Jordan misses the shot. He was open.
Give it.
And now Childs giving it to Starks. Starks lays it in. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Stop holding it. What are you holding it for? Get the ball up. Get the ball up ahead.
And I believe he did.
Yes, he did. But 2 dribbles too late.
All of Starks' 12 have come this half. As we get close to a minute to go, 13 on the shot clock. The Knicks lead by 1. Michael Jordan gets the foul on the basket, and he is totally undaunted. 43 for Michael Jordan. Dennis Rodman had fouled out earlier, and the Bulls lead by 1.
Now you see Childs, he could have given it up back there, but now he gives it up. Nice strong move by Starks. Michael Jordan almost blocks the shot. Now Michael has gone baseline from the left side of the floor 5 times in the second half, and he has scored or been fouled in every opportunity.
Michael Jordan has 43 of Chicago's 89 points. Charles Oakley picked up the 5th foul and now make it 44 of 90 for Michael Jordan. Under a minute to go, the Bulls by 2.
Remember, Chicago has 2 timeouts, New York 1.
And the Bulls still have a foul to give. Here is Larry Johnson fouled, and he'll shoot 2. Larry Johnson is fouled underneath, and he'll go to the free throw line for Luke Longley. That is his 4th personal foul. And the Knicks looking to tie the game with 48 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
Now, this is just a good, strong move. Now, Luke Longley even could have called possibly an offensive foul for jumping into the chest. But once Larry Johnson had the herniated disc problem in '94, he averaged 22 points. His points have dropped down dramatically from Charlotte to New York, and basically because he's lost his hop. He's lost his hop taking it to the rim.
But the Knicks have to depend on him for low post play with Patrick Ewing out of there. They have no choice.
Absolutely. There's no one else to go to other than Buck Williams. They're the only 2 established guys that can post up for you.
That was the first free throw miss for the New York Knicks. 1 out of 2 for Larry Johnson. The Bulls lead by 1, and they have the ball. And, you know, sooner or later it'll be in the hands of number 23. 17 on the shot clock. Jordan.
They cut it off. So that's the first time he has not been able to split that double.
Jordan is open, and he misses the shot. Rebound by Burrell. Big offensive rebound by Scott Burrell.
Main thing is right now you do not want to foul, Dick, because you've got a 7-second differential on the clock.
Longley leaves it for Jordan, who has 44 tonight.
You got to get a stop.
Double team on Jordan. They find Longley. 5 on the shot clock. Here is Burrell. Blocked by Allen Houston. And the Knicks have under 8 seconds to go. Here comes Chris Childs. The Bulls lead by 1. Childs for 3. Off the mark. And the Bulls are going to win the game. The Bulls win it in dramatic fashion, 90-89, as the Knicks did seemingly everything right tonight, but could not finish the task.
Well, the reason why you're going to get second guess there is because when you caught that rebound, you could have called a timeout, adjusted yourself, moved the ball to half court because you had 1 timeout left. And then you could have set up a play. Instead, by running, you're taking advantage of transition and possibly bad defense.
Let's go to Brian Burwell, who's with Michael Jordan.
A very exhausted Michael Jordan. You didn't in your wildest dreams expect it was going to be this hard coming in here tonight, did you?
Yeah, we did. This team is a feisty team. They're playing at home. We just had to do the necessary thing. We're playing without Tony, so we're losing some scoring right there. So, you know, it was a good battle. You know, our defense held up. We forced him to take tough shots. We shut down Houston in the second half. He got off to a good first half, and I was kind of hesitant the first half because I got an early foul. I didn't want to get in the foul trouble. I knew we were short on men, so I kind of played it soft, and he torched me a little bit in the first half.
Now, you did really take over offensively. Did you do that because Kukoc was out?
Yeah, and plus I got hot. You know, I got my rhythm, and you know they went through a lot of different defensive players, and I knew I had him confused, so I just took advantage of it.
I don't know why this man is sweating. He didn't really play that hard tonight. Dick, QB, back to you guys who really worked hard.
29 points in the second half of the 44. Chris Childs, who hit the game winner against the New Jersey Nets on Wednesday, missed a 3 tonight. And the final score, the Chicago Bulls 90, the New York Knicks 89 in a thriller at Madison Square Garden.